don't know how to start it.
I only have memes in my head like YouTubers.
Yeah.
All I'm
Yeah.
thinking about is me making fun of Halfbreed, being like, "Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Halfbreed here."
So after a nice long game of nice long game of Grifball, I like to go to youtube.com/videogamedonkey.
Yeah, I just have memes like that in my head.
Yeah.
See, so this was gonna happen. So this is the podcast, and we're gonna start it with you saying, "I don't know how to start it." That is exactly how
That's
it's gonna
fucking perfect.
Yep, there you go.
But yeah.
All right.
And mock draft in 3, 2.
We should probably
1.
introduce ourselves.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm Gingy. I'm here with Rage and DCleak. Yeah, you all know them. They've been around for at least 6 months.
An embarrassing amount of time. Like I don't want to talk about this in my real life.
Yeah, this isn't. Oh God, this is not going outside of the internet in this Discord probably, but
it might, and that's the fear.
Yeah, that's the nightmare. It's been too long. Shadow did right by getting out and getting married. He's the only one, I think. Everyone else is trapped. But we're gonna do a mock draft. We're also gonna talk about some other topics. There hasn't been a podcast in a long time. These are entertaining as fuck, so we're gonna make one. We're gonna start as the season is getting underway here. We're gonna start with a mock draft. You see the spreadsheet here that Silva didn't do because he sucks at making, but Rage took the courtesy of taking 5 minutes and making a nice labeled spreadsheet here for us. The G's, the D's, and the R's are stand for obviously Gingy, DCleak, and Rage. Those are who's going to make the pick for whatever specific captain. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3 in that order. And I'm starting with the number 1 pick for Beam, and it's pretty obvious to me that the best player in Halo 3 right now is Digital Pain. So.
Hey, who would have thought?
Okay, it's good thing because I was hovering over that. And I was gonna be really disappointed if you picked somebody else.
If you
Big
just
fucking
threw a
shocker.
curveball.
Like Beam, it's not a
Rocket
huge
science.
fuck up if you go with like a Galvin or maybe a half-breed as a stretch, but outside of those 3 players, you're a fucking idiot and don't deserve to be a captain. So stay in your lane, buddy.
Going
This is-
hard.
this is-
tank.
It's to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you or be mean. It's to help you. But go ahead, DCleak.
So up next, so I have a little bias for this. I would choose Halfbreed. If I was in Zeg's shoes, I know they played together last season and didn't go too hot.
Yeah, but you
But-
quit on you.
Yeah, half your team's dead or quit. But Halfbreed he does what you need him to do as a tank.
He was
Oh,
the
yeah,
most
he's
positive
not-
player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wait, are you actually
No,
picking
Galvin
Halfbreed
was the
here?
most positive.
Was Galvin the most positive?
Yeah, I think it was 384, and Halfbreed was like 362.
They played longer.
But-
They played longer games.
Yeah,
Sure.
they played longer games, and Halfbreed also missed a game or two.
So I think half-breed would have been.
Yeah,
Are you
but
going
I'm
Halfbreed
I'm
here?
not.
Or what are you doing?
no, I get it. The only reason I would put also to add not only my bias, but I love Gal, but my God, does that do to betray?
Yeah.
Get out the way.
Yeah, sure. Says the other one. Who's the king of betrayals?
Well,
Demon.
Rage can't see. He's colorblind, so he's got
Fair.
a legitimate
But
excuse.
yeah,
I also just don't care.
As good as Galvin is, that's the big negative for me, especially in a game where scoring could be like 2 punches and that's it.
Still
Sure.
to this day, I forget that if I try to not betray, something bad happens because I didn't swing and somebody made a mistake.
Well,
you swing.
so
the way
I'm
I've
still
always-
gonna go. I will
the way
sacrifice
I've-
you to make the right play
Exactly.
every single
Yeah.
time.
No, I have no
Exactly.
problem.
The way
You
I've,
respawn.
Swing.
the way I've always viewed it is if I get the kill, it doesn't fucking matter. Period. And Galvin, 9 times out of 10, gets the
Gets the
kill
kill.
too.
Yeah, but I've also
Sure, it's gonna backfire. I mean,
Yeah.
shit.
I just
So-
see him losing a few more times.
So who's your pick, Halfbreed or Gavin?
Half-read.
Oh.
Again, bias.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not mad at the pick.
that
Honestly.
made that really easy for me.
I mean, can't go wrong, right? That's the top 3 players.
No, he betrays a lot, but I mean, when you have a player like Gal that's such a strong tank in every game he plays, and not just a strong tank, but a great push tank that helps you get your
Yeah.
tank ins, invaluable. I will always take a player like that.
Yeah, DCleak and I have talked about it before. I value pure kills, as in the number of kills, more than I do a little bit of KD, just because the pushing aspect. So, yeah, I would take Galv over Half-Breed, but it's close to me, and vice
Yeah.
versa. It doesn't matter. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. They're both good
If it was-
players.
if I was in, I guess my personal pick would be that one. But if I was picking for a specific captain, then that's a different story.
4. This is where it starts to get really tricky.
As he says, as he's still on the board. He's
I
Sab,
would never.
Sab's down
I'm never
here.
taking. I promise you, I'm never taking me over Sab or Ace. Like, that's not me trying to reduce my value. That's just me being honest in Halo 3. I'm inconsistent. Ace is not. Sab is not a great tank, but he can fucking make plays all the time.
Now
I would probably go
your, now consider your men's here. Your men's.
Yeah,
here.
I would go Ace. You as
Okay.
men's, you need somebody who can get kills, who can
Get the ball back.
get the ball back. If shit goes bad, he can run the ball, and men's can just stay alive, and Ace will
Tank,
do things.
yeah.
I would probably go Ace. And if he doesn't go Ace, I wouldn't go Sab because you need a little bit of tanking power there. If he doesn't go Ace, I would go me.
Does it
but-
bother you at all that Ace is still seems fully committed to being a sword tank? Like, do you worry?
He's not. No, he was never that. Like, he
Okay.
was even during our games, he was like, it just depends on the team. Like against Regressors team, he barely pulled out the sword.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
did it when there was plays to be made, but other than that, he played, he tanked, he did well.
It's
Like, honestly, he was the most consistent player throughout all the playoffs on our team. Easily.
We know what this is. We don't need that. We're okay. We're okay. Damn it! I did it. There we go. There's.
I don't know what the fuck you did, but all right. Am I,
I
up
put it.
next?
I,
Again?
You are up, yeah.
All right. So
With
I'm gonna,
touching stuff.
I did it. There we go. All right, that's what I was
God
trying to
damn
do.
it.
You got your names back.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit because Star may have tipped his picks already.
Oh, exposing them.
Yeah, I mean, he said he wouldn't captain if Demon and AJ became captains.
Yeah, they got this weird thing where they think Demon or Star would fall to the second round. Like,
I don't know where they're
No.
getting that.
So
The
I'm
player pool's not deep enough. Good luck.
because my opinion he's gonna pick one of them, and I don't know who to gamble on for him. I assume he might like AJ more just because of the numbers playing.
But chemistry-wise,
Demon is like
he's the bro.
yeah, but it's kind of hard. Like, do you
But
go
he's
for
not
the
up as.
established talent that is known as AJ,
Right under
Or
no
or
flex.
do you go for the young kid that's Demon?
I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like their plays complement each other pretty good because Demon plays a lot more
Demon,
passive and Star just goes balls out and
Yeah.
Stab headers unite, bro.
pressure's on. Pressure's on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now because
When in doubt,
go with the
take.
established
Yeah, I was
player.
gonna say take Miss the Cold.
I mean, I think you go with the established player. I think you go with AJ. As
I
good
don't
as
hate, I don't hate
as
it.
good as,
Not
yeah,
a
as good as
wrong
Demon
play.
is, or could be. God knows how good that kid could be.
If it was me, I take Sab. Right?
Oh,
Like,
100%. But I'm
like
starting
Star and
yeah.
Sab together, like the dual hybrid, they kind of do
That's
both things.
fucking
Pick-
sick.
Pick up a decent runner and you're set. It doesn't matter who the fourth is. Just make sure he's not
Yeah,
garbage, and you're gonna be
personally
fine.
the same way, but I think Star has a viewpoint of players his own way.
Yeah.
and I
Oh
think-
yeah. That's apparent.
And I think AJ is like AJ or Demon because he said it make sense to me, and he's never not said stuff like about his viewpoints on players. So
All right,
I
so
got that
now going on, if I'm Regressor, do I go Gingy or do I go Sab? I think it's pretty clear it's got to be either one of you guys.
Yeah. Would he take me? Is the thing. Like, we
Over
would butt heads.
You would
Sab
butt
is-
heads, and
Sab
they've
has already
played
proven-
plenty. I think
Yeah.
if it's me, I'm picking you. But if I'm Regressor,
Oh, he's a runner. He
No.
should absolutely pick me.
I
But
still
he
think he'll
knows-
pick you. Yeah.
He knows I'm not gonna take.
well,
I
I know
won't-
that. I'm not expecting you to run this season. Get rid of that
Right.
trash.
Oh, I'm running. Like,
No,
I'm gonna make.
you're
him
not
tank,
running.
for sure. For sure, he's tanking.
Um,
The thing is like he will not talk to me the way he talks to Star in the way he talks to Galv or Demon. Because
I mean, but
You know what?
he might not talk to you that way
these
because
are my
you're not
picks.
as friends the way
This is my pick.
Yeah,
they supposedly
that
are.
is true. That
This is
true.
the right
Like,
choice. This is the
Because
right
we
choice.
talk shit to each other, but I don't like treat you the way I treat half-breed of them.
right, exactly. He thinks, maybe it's because those guys are more his friends that he's okay, or maybe he thinks they're people he's taken under his wing. I don't fucking know. But like, I couldn't imagine teaming with that kind of attitude towards me, calling out every mistake. It's like he loses the ball all the time and they never say shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he filled his team with betas.
I love your position though.
you call out every time I fail. Ditto. I'm doing the same. Like, it's just the way I roll.
I wouldn't be surprised if he would take Sab, but for me, given what I think you're the better pick here. So I'm gonna go with that instead of if I was regressor.
So Saints. Honestly, this is a tear for me, or a split decision, because I'm between Zim, who, trust me, he's played plenty of Halo 3, and Halo 3 on PC is easier than it ever was on Xbox. The frames are better, the game just plays a little better. They get along really well. So I might take that
He would be mad.
Over a Demon. He already told me to take
over a
his
Sab.
name out of my mouth. Right, yeah. Sab is there. That's the
Sab's
thing.
Still
that's
here.
The issue, but Sab and they're friends, like legitimately friends.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he.
Now the question is,
does Saints think he's a good enough tank solo?
Yes.
That he can pick Sab.
Yeah.
But he's not. He isn't. Like, dude, honestly, between him, AJ, and Digital, he was clearly the third. Granted, he had the least amount of playtime between them. Mm-hmm. I think he needs a tank. I really do.
Do you not consider Sab a tank?
I don't consider Sab an elite tank. Sab honestly ran the ball more for us than he did tank. There's too many. If it was a mid-coast host or a west coast host, he didn't like the tank at all. He just couldn't kill people. So I'm going Zim here, and that's probably not going to be what he takes. He probably takes Sab. But just being logical about it, I think he needs another good tank.
Now I'm back in a shitty situation. It's deciding between more players. Like, does Silva get Sab, or does he get Demon? Who else is up there?
I already hate this draft because there's already going to be players that fall.
Yeah, there's going to be someone Digital and Hyper's going to get a nice one too.
And the pool's not done. There's still more people that can come in through the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious, like, where we're going to end up dropping something like Horn.
Now in my head, it's like Demon was part of Slytherin, but he necessarily wasn't his choice. It was AJ bringing him on.
They still brought him in and they played him. Yeah. I mean, he only played like half the games.
But
or
is that
like
enough to be like in first round? One Sab, is Sab.
Silva pass on Sab.
Yeah, that's the question.
I don't think
so. I don't think Saints will. He should probably, but I don't think he will.
That's my big issue in my head is for Silva. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna run again or is he gonna tank? Tanks.
It'll probably depend on
who drops.
Like the benefit of being Silva is that you can just take the best available player on the board every single time, and if there's a runner there that works out, then great, you can tank. But if there's not, and you only have good tanks to pick, then you are plenty comfortable just picking up the ball and running.
Right. Dude, that sucks. There's honestly 3 players he could take right here.
Like, honestly, Regressor could do the same thing. Like, there were times where that team looked a lot better with Regressor tanking.
I think Star was the more patient runner for them.
Yeah.
He really was.
Because he was afraid to punch.
Who's your third player? Because the only other third player I'm thinking of is Diablo, but that's not.
For me?
Yeah. For Silva.
I'm thinking Sab, Rage, or Demon.
Yeah, I could see Rage.
Oh yeah, I'm on the board too, huh?
Rage would be that stand still, stay alive kind of tank.
Second round.
No offense to you, Rage. I think you can get a guy like that, like a Fancy or a Cannon.
Yeah. A lesser version of him.
Yeah,
a Rage Light, if you will.
Yeah.
But I'm just stuck on Demon or Sab. It's just what they're kind of. I don't want to say similar, but they are.
Honestly, I should have put Sab with Saints, so I kind of fucked you here.
Yeah,
But
no,
I'm
if you
just playing
did,
it.
I would have just picked Zim for solo.
Right. I'm just playing it logically in my head. I think
Yeah.
How
Saints
far
should
would Zim drop
take
after
more
this,
tanking
though?
power.
He could go pretty far. Because
If-
Oh,
he's
Zim's range is
insane.
I think right where he's at, all the way down to where Alpha is
He
in the
could
next
put-
round.
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's out of the outlandish to say that Saints could have gotten him in the next round. Just based
It's
on
possible,
how
but I don't think
committed
it
people
will.
are to a
if
player
he-
that has
if
not
he
played
made
last
it-
season.
If he made it to Regressor, I would tell Regressor I would not play if he didn't take Zim.
Yeah.
If he was on the board when Zim picked again, or
All right,
when
all
Regressor
right,
My-
DCleak, pick
I
somebody.
would have to go with Sab. Yeah, just go with Sab.
Okay.
As much as I think Demon is like the next really good player. Just
And dude, that sucks so much. You give Beam the option,
of
to take a really
Demon
good
or
runner.
Raid, yeah.
yeah, to take a good hybrid and
You
rage.
can
or
reach
to
on a
take the
runner
next-
because you can probably get a good tank at the third.
Well, here's the thing.
Mhm.
Fuck it. Wait for a runner. Pick up somebody who could just hold the ball the next round.
And then yeah,
You've got
fair enough.
Digital and Demon.
Mhm.
It's gonna happen eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, I have the pleasure of deciding who is a better player between me and Demon. I came into this predicament back in Reach when I was a runner, and I went with me. And now that I have a choice
You're
between
gonna do
me
it
and
again?
him as a tank, I'm gonna do it again. Fuck you, Demon.
Oh,
Trash
that's an
bag.
easy next pick then.
Oh yeah,
This is
dude.
just
That
bad.
if I actually like try with my tanking, this is super fucking scary.
Yeah. No, you can't go wrong with the choice. And worst comes to worst, you can also hold the bomb,
I could.
which is nice. Which is a nice backup. Demon's not
I mean, I can't. I'm
probably
bad.
gonna do that.
And this is probably still too high for me. I could have gone another round later, but it's okay. Go ahead, Gingy, pick a next pick.
It's gonna be Demon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think
Who would have thought?
you could.
Now here's another struggle I'm feeling. Who you pair up Galvin with? Like,
Next best available player, probably.
what is the definition of next best? Because
You-
I think
Do you go out and take the best runner? Do you take the next?
Well, you got
best
Alpha.
support tank?
What is Alpha
can run
expected to do?
and tank decently, so you can kind of like option it again. If your best player is a tank,
Like you got
then you can go.
a J bar. I
Yeah,
don't know.
'cause
I don't really know
There's
how
a J bar.
J bar and Alpha I can see
There's-
working. I'm not sure how
Wait,
J bar is
Aceman
going to
signed
go
up?
with
Yeah.
Galf. Yeah, Aceman signed up.
Interesting. Where's Thunder?
No longer plays video games.
Good for him.
That sounds
Yeah,
lame
right.
as fuck. I
Um,
mean, there's still a cannon on the board.
Yeah,
Corn's
the issue is,
there
like,
if Alpha wants to
Galvin's
tank.
so aggressive, right? Do you
Yeah.
pair him up with like a cannon or fanciest?
It would be a good
Yeah.
compliment.
Because you can also pair him up with the J bar, but you mix in the J
I
bar.
I feel like
My
they would
I think-
their play styles wouldn't work together.
Yeah, I think it's cannon or fancy to me. And I'm trying to decide. Like, I'm thinking of how fancy plays and how cannon plays.
Like, let's consider this for a second. If this is actually Zeg, he probably takes J bar over Demon for the sake of
Does he,
keeping
though?
J
'Cause
bar.
it's like
Yeah.
Um,
he
'Cause
should.
I don't
shouldn't.
think
He,
J-
like. I am picking on behalf of Zeg, and he should never do that.
he shouldn't, but
Ever.
he will. And
He
then he'll pick
probably
Fancy
will.
in the next
I
round.
don't think so. Yeah.
But Zeg, you should not. Not just play to win, bro. Don't do that. Like, I get
What are
it.
you
J Bar
trying
and
to
Half
say?
Breed are
J-Bar makes
homies,
plays.
but Half Breed or J Bar just quit on you last season. Let him ride the pine for a little bit longer in this draft.
Mhm.
Fucking.
Now I'm still debating.
If I'm in Galvin's head right now, if I'm the tank on Alpha's team, if he took me third, and I have Alpha as my next player, as my second best player right now, I want another tank. I want
course, yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
I want somebody to help take the pressure. One of my favorite seasons ever was in Halo 4 when I had Infection. The reason I like playing with
yeah.
the reason I like playing with Did
holds
so
the
much is because
line.
he's passive. He makes it
Yeah.
so easy.
The issue is
So
like
easy.
I'm trying to debate in my head: do I want the passive mid guy, which is fanciest, or do I want the passive edge guy, which is cannon? Ken likes to go on the edge and slowly walk up.
Or
Yeah,
you can
Cannon
go
like-
full offensive tank power and go Diablo. Because Diablo
that'd
got
be-
some
ooh, that's a
gets a lot of
scary one.
kills.
Or Icy Tanker. I mean, he's a good reach player. I mean, there's a
This
chance.
is-
Alpha know him. That's another
This
thing.
is potentially the biggest wild
No.
card pick of the entire
Alpha.
draft.
Alpha doesn't know him, but
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Galvin does. Galvin really, really likes Tanker. They're friends.
And
And
Tanker
if-
was a good tank in Reach. He quit
if,
this,
no,
that Reach
it's okay.
season.
So
but
now you're
there's
saying they're friends.
good
And
potential here.
if you pick somebody up in the first round and your top guy, and you don't build around him with people he wants to play, and think can play with them, I think you're fucking up. So
Right.
I guess you gotta go Tanker. Like, if
Like, I hate to be
Yeah.
biased here, but like when in drafts, it's very, very common if you're picking up a player that you don't consider yourself at least as good as. So like if you're Beamzeg, Alpha, or Men's, you're not as good as Ace, you're not as good as Galvin, you're not as good as Halfree, you're not as good as Didge. You're confronting those players and being like, who do you want to play with?
yeah,
Who
that's
is
kinda
your
the way it
next-
goes, yeah.
Who is your next pick? Because
Yeah.
they're only going to try to help you. They're now on your team.
Who is
Right?
this?
no.
If you're
Who's what?
Credit
Uh,
Clown,
Credit
I don't
Clown.
know.
Apparently, it's Regressor's roommate. That's the rumor. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
if that's true or not.
Okay, that's cool.
He's the
I
new
just realized I
Charles
didn't
Givison.
recognize that name.
Fucking.
I
There
think
was
it's
one.
like-
There was
Well, now it's
Rams
my
did
pick.
all right.
Wait,
there was one more. God something,
Yeah.
right? There was like a God.
God wills something like
God with it. God
Yeah.
with one Ivy.
yeah.
Right there under
right
free.
there.
I don't know
I-
who that is either. Apparently he's old school.
want that name is familiar. I want to say they were in one of the last time we had like the Halo 3 era of the league, like a few years ago, when we first came back to Halo 3.
Now the
Anything
question is, who knows
special?
him? Because that's
He
probably
was.
like a friend.
I think he captained one of the lower level teams.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
you're up next, Rage.
I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I'm up next. Let's see who we got. We got Ace and Men's.
You have tanks already in.
Yeah, we
Playmaker.
do. But we don't have. I mean, Men's can be that passive guy. Ace is the I'm gonna go do whatever the fuck I want and
Yeah,
it's
Ace
gonna
is the
work guy.
playmaker on your team.
Atone's up here too. I can't stick on him.
Ooh, that's another good one for Galvin.
I'm
Just go and get your third tank and just say you have one
Yeah.
of the best tanking lineups in the league.
honestly, I'm pretty favoring Diablo here.
Just offense. I mean,
Yeah,
works out. You get to be that aggressive tank to pair up with Men's and allow
yeah,
Silent to be
because
silent.
Men's I don't expect to be a full offensive tank, and if Ace is feeling like he's doing better with the sword, he will keep that sword out, and that could make things difficult for final pushes. You want someone that can get kills.
I mean, what you want for Silent is to be where the fuck he wants to be. If
Yeah,
we're being real.
I like Diablo here. I like the
Take it.
yeah. That's a nice 1, 2, 3, and then they gotta go all in with the next best available runner when it comes back around. Gingy boy.
Ooh, Star
and
and
AJ.
AJ.
That's a lot of flexibility.
This team is like the hardest to build for.
Because it's Star. I don't know him well
It's
enough to.
Star. Honestly, he should run. Like he's a pretty good
100%.
runner.
You
I
think
agree.
so?
I think he's
Yeah.
a good runner. Yeah. I don't.
He-
I think he adds more to a team as a runner than a tank. Not that he's a bad tank. I think he's okay. But like,
No, like he has a very tank mentality.
it is
Runner.
very hard
he
in this game
bet-
to find a good runner.
He betrays a
Way
lot
harder. Way harder than it is to find a good
To be
tank.
fair, I think he consistently lands enough punches where
Yeah,
he
he
can
does.
be a runner.
too. You
yeah,
can be like a reach Gingy or something like that.
basically,
Yep.
yeah.
Let's
Or
go
Halo
ahead and
5,
start
Gingy.
through this. Shut up.
Ran that.
I remember
Just-
Halo 5
just-
Gingy. I
just
got a
shut
few
up.
carry kills off that boy.
You got a few what? You didn't
Carrier
get
kills.
anything. You got nothing.
Cannon is
100%, I got
Cannon
video.
is still
I
available.
had the most punches in the league, hands down. Yeah, Cannon is there.
If you want to if you want Star to tank, I think Korn is a really good available runner. But if you want Star to run, definitely not to play.
Do I pair back up Nihilus and AJ
No.
I don't think
for
that's
the
the play.
for the
no.
meme?
You
For
shut
the
the hell
meme?
up.
I mean, you still have.
BCK.
Yeah,
Honestly, playing customs the other day,
you can
solid
catch
fucking
people,
runner.
yeah.
terrible tank. Like always, he's never been good at that. Great runner. Like
I
he
mean-
can land a fucking punch.
Fancy's
He's
Darth
available.
available.
like Door
Fancy's
in the
still
playoff
here.
game series we played.
We're still in the point where there's still a lot of good choices.
I don't think BCK comes all the way back around. Is the problem? Because you got teams
Again,
like
these players though that are like fresh off the couch tend to
They're-
are prone to
they're
drop.
only Sure, but they're only going to get better. And you got a team with like Beam, Digital, Rage. You don't need a runner. You need a tank. You got Demon, Zeg, and Halfbreed. You really don't need a runner. You need a tank. You got Galvin and Icy Tanker and Alpha. You need a runner. BCK's gone.
Wait, isn't Beam a tank?
Beam is a tank.
Beam is a tank.
Then we would need a runner.
Exactly.
So you'd probably.
I don't think he makes it past you. He definitely shouldn't make it past Alpha, and it probably shouldn't make it past Zeg. Zeg should just tank with that lineup. I think you got to take BCK and take the best runner off the board, because it's either him or Priest. Right?
I think you're sleeping on Corn.
Or Corninja.
I don't think
Corn's pretty good.
I don't think Corn's better than Priest. When we played him, I thought Priest was a better hybrid. He could tank on defense better, and I thought he was just as good of a runner.
I think Corn allows you some certain things to do stuff. Oh, you can pick the Rock.
I haven't played with Rockies enough.
Me neither.
I'm sure AJ would love to play with him.
Hey, where the fuck is my
That could be a later pick though, because he picks before Silva.
Where's Mr. Plus 100?
Plus 100. Who's that?
My Cannator.
He's not on this list.
Well, maybe he'll sign up later. He's not here as of now, just so people.
Well, that would be another player.
Yeah.
I mean, you can also pair up that tanking with another tank.
And like I said, Star could run, but I don't know if he's got intentions to do that.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Star, my mindset is I'm here to tank. I was an amazing tank in Reach. I'm gonna be a great tank here.
Right. I take BCK.
I'll take a runner.
If I'm him, I take BCK.
Okay.
If I'm him, I think he's the best. He's gonna be the best runner by the end of the season, or at least competing.
He'll land
with Regressor or Silva.
Yeah.
Right. I think he'll be competing for that spot.
So
and that means you got somebody who can take care of the bomb and two good tanks.
So I'm back at it again with the fanciest man cannon debate in my head. Because I mean, you have Gingy. Gingy can just tell you to go forward and be as aggressive as you want to be.
I'm gonna whisper in your ear and tell you I'd take Fancy over.
That's what I was gonna say.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think there's a team Cannon would want to be on less than
that team.
And Gingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go fanciest. I don't know if you like it, but
me and Cannon are cool. But like,
he hates you.
Does he?
No.
I hope so. Because I constantly take digital from him, right?
You take digital. You take the duo away.
F you,
right.
Dude. If we had digital on our team last season, that would have been a totally different story. F you.
No shit. If any team had digital, it's a totally different story.
Who would you lost? Who would you removed for digital?
On my team?
No, my team. Rage's team. Would have been Corn? Or Diablo?
Depends.
It's not Priest.
No, well, I mean, it would be me, Dig, myself, and Cannon tanking. I mean, you could hybrid the shit out of it. That's not usually a good idea in 3. I guess you would replace Corn.
We would have replaced Easy. No
hypotheticals that don't exist. We're just wasting time. Now it's my pick now.
Easy. Well, I don't really know. Easy was never part of the plan. Like Digital confirmed to our team, and it was gonna be me, Ace, Dig, and Sab, and we were all confirmed. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I told AJ a year ago that I'll play with him if it goes back." I'm like, "Okay, all right, I'll ask Easy."
So now here I get to decide: do I go with who I think is the best available player in Man Cannon, or do I go for a runner? Because it's a nice duo there,
Saints
and I'm honestly
has played with Corn before.
Let me see who the available runners are now. You got Doorstopper. Drez is a nice late pick. That poor guy needs a chance to be a starter on the team, for God's sake. Yeah, I'm tired of him not doing it. Nihilus, Encont, Rockies as a runner, I guess. Sket, Corn. There's plenty of capable runners left. I'm going Cannon. Let's get them with a nice trio.
I mean, that makes sense. You get Saints to be aggressive. You can let Zim do his business, and Cannon can be the off tank.
It's a slight risk if you get stuck without a established runner, but nah, go for the goal.
I don't want to fucking pick for either of these teams, bro. Come on. Like they're all. It running. Just depends on their mindset. Like
this is when we're starting to drop down a tier in players. I mean, again, Atone is here.
Rude.
He was not a bad player when we played the last time he played.
Does Silva like goat? I
That,
don't even know if you get
know.
along. Does goat like Silva? That's the right question. Sorry.
That's the better
that's,
question. Yeah.
that sounds like
I
sounds
don't
like
know.
a fat no.
I'm gonna assume
Probably
no
not.
to be safe. All right.
If
So we're
I don't
not
think
going goat.
anything, I think I just see J-Bar saying quitting on Silva would be the greatest way to retire
100%.
ever.
No, 100% he might do that. So no.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass hard on goat. I think you gotta go. Yeah, DCleak's a great choice.
Don't do it.
Honestly, DCleak's an amazing choice because
Don't
then you
do
got
this.
3 solid hybrids. You
Don't
could
do this to
fucking
me.
just wing it. Like,
Not like this.
you don't want to play with my boy Sam? Come
I
on,
do,
Sam's a good time.
but I don't want to be in the second round. Give me another round to go.
I don't know, bro. I don't think anybody here.
You know, does a tone get along
Lawrence?
with Soba?
I don't think Atone's that good.
I think Silva's the one that originally banned Atone, so I'm gonna say that would
That
probably
was
not happen.
Mans.
Right. Honestly, Freak, don't sleep on Freak. He's not bad, but he can't fucking play because of his EU availability.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I kind of
Go
took out
if you
availability.
think it's
too.
me, go for it. Like I would try to get a tone or something.
He was talking about Tad Neptune. Is Tad any good?
Tad's alright.
He was.
He's not a bad tank. I don't know if he's like.
I don't remember him. I remember him in 4, I think, and he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad.
I mean, the way I see things, a third tank is about where you would want him to be.
Have you seen him play?
No.
I played against a couple games against them.
In negative, positive?
I mean, to be fair, we had Galvin and.
I don't
Galvin.
care. He's gonna be playing against Galvin, so
Yeah, it wasn't mass neg, but he was neg
Like-
a few times.
we'll get into it later. But I don't like to baby people. Like I
No.
hate the fact that they had a pup tournament and that people were deciding who to take off of pup tournaments. That's just stupid. You're not playing against pups.
I could see Tad going. He's not a bad tank. I think
Is he more of a
kind of a
fourth?
hybrid.
Is he more of a fourth
At
than
this
a third?
time, I think he might be closer to a fourth than a third.
Okay, then I'm gonna take DCleak.
Yeah, I should just say he's a third. Fuck, I lied.
I think that's the right play.
Suck it,
I
bitch.
lied.
think it
I
is.
was a joke.
Like, look at that team. Anybody could take the bomb. Anybody could tank or make plays. Defense is gonna be great. Like,
That is a nice defensive team right there.
Yeah, but it's just I just don't want to be in the second round. Trying to
offense
sneak
could
out.
be a struggle if they don't have.
I see a lot of launching for goals.
Yeah.
I've done it before. Let's do it again. Now I'm up next for Beam.
Oh yeah.
I
like-
know Beam. I know who he likes, and he likes himself some J-Bar.
Does he?
I think J-Bar rounds out that team.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like the sound of this. I would love to
think
be
it
on this
works
team.
out because you get along with J-Bar, Digital gets along with J-Bar.
That team would be fun to play with.
I
J-Bar's
would
fun
love
to play,
play on
Yeah.
this team. Make it happen, boys.
with. He's a
And-
fucking idiot, but he's a fun idiot.
You're not wrong, but yeah, I think that's the pick. I think the other one, if J-Bar wasn't there for whatever reason, let's say Saints picked him up or Soba or somebody, the other pick would have been Door, but most likely
Oh, that made
if
me.
J-Bar's there,
This makes me smile. I wish this was real.
it's a solid lineup.
Oh wow.
Dude, if Beam's your worst player in this
Doing pretty
kind of
good.
format,
Sounds
you're
good to
doing
me.
all right. Like, it's
And
not a wasted season.
And now I get to pick here. So Zeg, half free demon. That's a nice. I mean, depends on the Zeg you get. If we get like preseason Zeg, then that's awesome.
He says he's running, which
Is
I don't
he
remember him
really?
running.
I don't
Excuse
think he
me.
was that good running.
I'm ignoring
So
that.
I would say like if he wasn't running, a door stopper or corner would be perfect right here.
Yeah, I'm.
Or pre-
I'm thinking
priest,
runner
yeah.
here. I'm not buying Zeg as a runner. No. His potential is too much better as a tank. Like again, preseason Zeg was an awesome tank.
Is Encott a good runner in this
I would
game?
have definitely if, you
I
know,
don't even know. It's fucking Encott.
I think very highly of Korn. I really do.
No, I think he's a good. Watching you
played
guys
with-
play.
Corn Ninja, my first season of Halo 4 was Saints. He wasn't bad. I mean, I just don't think he was that great when we played you, but we only played you twice and he only played 1 game.
This is such a
Weird position.
interesting. Yeah, it's just a weird team.
It's a very
I'm going
good
with
tanky.
I'm going with my gut. I'm going Korn. I'm
No,
going Korn.
go Go.
Corn's
Pick
a
who you want to be.
Corn's a good
I don't
player.
think that's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, like Dewar or Corn. Or
Oh
I
yeah,
think-
there
I
we
think
go.
there's ranges. They're not like outside the top 3. There's ranges for players.
No more scrolling, boys. No more scrolling. We're good.
Hey, no more scrolling.
Oh, let's
I
go.
was waiting for this moment for so long.
Huh. Icy Tanker Galvin Alpha.
Wow, it took us 30 minutes to make like 20 picks. We suck.
Yeah,
There's a
well,
lot of talking about it.
we're
man.
talking. Yeah, actually in depth. We're not just like, hey, give me that guy.
Give me Corn.
Shit. This is we start to see a drop off here. Honestly, they want a runner. Give them. Who's Alpha want to play with?
Alpha is incredibly difficult to pick for because you don't know if you want him to run or tank. It's when it's on the spot like this.
He is a good third tank. He's a competent.
But the
Third
question is there a third tank as good or better than him in the pool right now?
Sure, I think there are a couple tanks in the pool, but who is your full time? Do you want Alpha being your full time runner? Because I don't.
Damn, RP Alpha.
Sorry, Alpha, I don't. I think you were a good enough tank. You made pushes. Like honestly, every custom game we play, he gets one tank in. And if I am Galvin or Icy, and my third tank is getting a tank in a game, that's a fucking win. Like if Exile Dragon did that during Halo 4 ship season with me and Easy, I would be ecstatic. Like that's great.
So if you want to go runner, you got Door still available.
Priest.
Sket's available. Priest is still there. You've been talking high on Priest.
I think Priest is the best tank.
Nihilus is a potential.
I think Priest is the best tank with runner capability.
You think that
I
makes
don't
sense
know-
with Alpha who can pass it back and
Attitude.
forth based on the host?
Yeah, it does. But I don't know how well Priest gets along with everybody on this team. I don't even know how well Alpha's going to get along with everybody on this team. Galvin's pretty easy to get along
They
with.
seem
He's not a
pretty
bad dude.
long past the point of causing drama based on who they are. I mean, like Galvin doesn't really get.
Right,
Does
I would
Galvin
be-
have bad issues
Galvin-
with anybody?
Galvin is very, very chill.
Yeah,
Galvin is very, very chill. He's a good dude. I would be more worried about like a Star or somebody, but
See, like Icy quit that last reach season, but I feel like with Galv there with
Icy's
him,
a wild card.
I
Right.
would not.
Icy's
I
wild
would not worry with Icy on
Gal's
this team.
unless they
Any other team,
push
maybe.
the bed.
Which is why that made so much sense as a pick.
Yeah.
So I would say take Priest here.
I agree.
And it's not.
Yeah. Give me the next best runner. Give me that's off the left on the board. Give me Doer.
All right, that was the easiest pick so far.
Yeah, give me Doorstopper because it's just like, I mean,
Yeah.
you have that offensive power.
You've got your line.
Doorstopper won you a ship with Galvin and all that offensive power and reach.
Crap. All right, now I gotta
Give you that
decide.
opportunity.
Dude, this team is so hard to pick for. Honestly, you just need the best tank, though. I got you the runner.
You
Does
did.
it do a tone and star get along?
I'm thinking a Tone, honestly, because he was not a
But do they
bad
get
player
along?
the last time. A Tone and Star, they seem like a perfect duo. They could get married. I'm not sure how AJ's gonna really do it, but once he's in there screaming, "Let's go!" I don't think it really matters. I think if you're going for the best team available,
AJ's so chill. He's easy to get along with.
and the Tone wants to play. The Tone
Honestly,
really wants to play.
if AJ gets over the fact that he was drafted by Star, which I don't think you could be that mad. It's not like
I mean-
Star's a bad captain here. So
I'm going to 10.
That's fine. It's not a bad pick. I just trying to think of other stuff.
Yeah, this team is cut entirely dependent on what kind of play you get out of Star, because you know what you're getting out of AJ, and
fuck. Hey, I get to pick from my team.
yeah, you do.
Molotov.
You got a lot of flexibility here.
I don't know who's the best. I don't. Like Ace Spence was pretty good at when he left the league, but that was back in Halo 4, and I don't know.
If he's gonna come back and ball out.
I don't know if he's even gonna commit. Like
I mean,
I don't know how good he was in before 4, because I only played with him in 4.
Don't sleep on my man, Conra.
Connor is not gonna be here. Sorry, Connor. Love you, bro, but like, no.
I
He's
mean,
been
Tad
playing
wouldn't
a
be too
lot
good.
better.
Tad, Rocky, Salty Peter Bread.
Yeah, but he's still too predictable. You gotta switch it up, Connor. You hold forward too much.
Can we just put
Don
Rockies on
Padre.
Silva's team right now and get it
Just-
over with?
Rockies on that team? No, I don't think.
Oh,
Rockies.
no, he's still got Sket to pick up. Never mind.
You got Ted.
Yeah, I was thinking about Tad.
I have like
I was thinking
Tad and
about-
Ace Spence in like the same boat.
You can go like Tad. Tad is up there. Salty's up there.
I was thinking about Noplex.
I haven't seen Noplex play a game yet, so.
I mean, he wasn't bad at reach.
Um,
He wasn't great.
do you want to play with APOC again?
I'm indifferent towards that.
Then there's also Jaga. If you want a more passive tank that.
Yeah, but we got fucking fancy. Like,
Yeah,
we're
I
in
don't
a
know.
corner.
I don't know if you
I
want
know,
two
but I'm
of
just
them.
like throwing names out there unless you want to gamble on somebody.
Do I just want a tanking line that if I don't do it, we're not going forward? God, that will tilt Regressor.
I'm just gonna say it. Pick up Nihilus and tell Regressor he's gonna tank.
I want to. I don't think that would fly.
Who's an aggressive tank that could play
We
here?
Nothing.
We
No,
should-
you're kind of out.
should-
You gotta go.
we
with
should
the-
take Freak. 100%. That's what we should do. But I can't play.
It's your
Except
it's your
for-
draft.
Time frames, yeah.
It's your pick.
I can't play except for Tuesday and Thursday at 9:30 Eastern.
Do you
Can't
want
play
to
Saturday,
do you want to
Sunday.
just ignore the availability just so we can? Because I took off
Keep it.
availability. We don't know who. Someone else could have potentially bad availability that doesn't line up.
No,
Who
because
really
I want to
cares?
make this kind of realistic. I'm gonna just
To be
gonna go.
fair, to be fair.
I'm just gonna go Salty because he's played with Salty. Regressor might not even ask me who I want because that's kind of who he is. I'm gonna guess Salty, and
I
if not
guess
Salty,
it's-
Noplex.
No,
Could
I'm
do
stuck
is-
with Saints. Fuck.
Yeah, you are. What do you mean you're stuck with Saints? This is a nice lineup.
Because
Just pick a-
I don't
just
know
pick a
who he's
runner.
gonna pick up.
Who cares? Just pick a best. Just who would you pick up?
Who would I pick up?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. We're like at the tail end of like
It's time for the dress train, boys.
They need a runner.
They do
I
need
mean,
a runner.
just Encott there. I just don't know if Encott's a good pick, but
We may
I don't
be
know if you wanna-
disrespecting the hell out of Encott. That
He played Halo 3, didn't he? Like
yeah.
he's from Halo
Yeah.
3.
yeah,
No,
he's
yeah,
played
You
good.
have to
but-
take. You would have to take him over like a Nihilus or whoever else is here. Who's here? Sket? I mean, Sket's there.
yeah,
But
but Ket
his
didn't have the best
availability?
season, yeah. Last
Weird.
season either.
Rockies is still there.
Well, I can pick up the Rock, man. Sure, put Rockies up there.
All right. Silva's gonna be very upset about that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just gonna
that's
say
exactly
that was
why.
Silva's next pick.
That's exactly why I took it too. Saints gets Rockies.
Now does Silva just go ahead and just pick up Sket right now? How many seasons
But
have they?
why
How
would
many
you add
seasons?
a runner when
How many seasons have they
we
played
can all
together?
pick it up?
I mean, do
Any-
you really
any-
want to go full hybrid all season? I mean, eventually
No, but
you're gonna
maybe there's
like
a
come
tank, you're not
playoffs.
a tank up there that you can
If
pull up.
if you take Sket, you completely fuck up the purpose of having Sav and DCleak. Like, if you take Sket there, right now anybody can run the ball. So whoever's tanking better can tank, and whoever's tanking just trash can run. But if you take Sket, he's gonna need to have the ball in his hand more often than not. Which
'Cause
means
If I go,
that Silva would commit to tanking, that Sab would commit to tanking, and that DCleak would probably commit to tanking more often than not.
like in terms of the available tanks, like I would favor Jaga, but I don't think it makes sense with this team as it is.
No.
This
think
might
you
be
need an
this
Jaga-
might be a spot
Yaga's
to
a
go.
great dude and gets along with anybody. I
This-
promise you that.
I know that, but I just mean like in terms of play style. Like there's
I
not a
think
lot
you
of
need an
pushing
aggressive
power
tank.
here. Like I
Yeah.
can like is
I
this
think
where
Sa-
Ace Spence goes?
I think Sab would take a bet on Tad before Ace Spence.
Thanks. So good. Like this is where you kind
Alright, so,
of go with take a risk on one of the returning players.
Personally, I would go
Right,
after
which
Ace
is
Spence,
exactly what
but
Regressor
I'm not,
did and won
yeah.
his ship. Like you gotta risk it for the biscuit. You know what I
I
mean?
don't
Like, it's-
remember ever
Question is,
playing
who
with
does Silva
Tad.
like more, Tad or Spence?
I bet you it's Tad.
Probably.
I don't know Tad at all, so I can't say that.
Well, they were talking in the Discord as soon as Tad came back.
Oh.
So
So
I personally want to go for Ace Spence personally, but
I want to favor Ace Spence here too, but that's just because I haven't played with Tad a lot.
yep, true.
Ace
I'm
Spence is that gamble.
I'm going- I'm going with-
as good as he
or-
was before.
I'm
Or
going
who
with
says
what
he
I know.
doesn't? Or who says he doesn't go ahead and take like a Mist or an Encott or a Noplex or?
And cut the same reason with
Well,
it's
yeah,
a,
I
it's a
meant-
it's a
I
mock
meant
draft. We're
Noplex.
gonna go.
yeah.
We'll go with the full flexibility here and just say go for the bacon. There you go.
Ace Spence, AIM.
This team. They got
We can start
kind of
speed running through this part because we've got our
Endcott.
lineups.
I'm gonna say Endcott. He's a pure runner. This team could use a backup pure runner just in case Javar is whatever.
All right,
Scat.
delete.
I don't see the duo not being together.
Tad and
Alpha
Sket.
Galvin Icy Priest.
You put Tad and Sket in there.
What the fuck?
You already had a cut, yeah.
Get out of here. There we go. Did it.
Tad hasn't been picked though.
Now you deleted Tad.
Oh, that's right. I
Whatever.
took Ace Spence. Sorry, Tad. I'm trying to get rid of you. I did it. There we go.
Nice.
All right. So Alpha Galvin Icy Priest. God damn. I think Jagas dropped far enough.
That's fair. Dewar as first runner. In case Dewar doesn't work out, I would take. Actually, give them Freak. He's the best. He's the best player on the board right now.
Is that Freak Show?
No. Freak Show's dead. And by dead I mean he's in like North Dakota.
Oh, I don't know who
South
Freak is.
Dakota. Now listen to AJ, right? That's who would I give him? Give
Fuck
another.
Yeah.
In case BZK, yeah, in case BZK doesn't work out, there you go.
And now let's get a better tanking trio that he's ever had.
We would take.
Well, it's my pick, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
fuck.
You're right. You're right. Sorry.
Let's see. Let's see. You got your lineup. You would probably go with the higher potential player on your fifth. So we're gonna go Tad.
Fuck, I was gonna go for fucking.
I know you were.
I
Fuck
don't
you.
mind. Yeah.
It's time for the Conra show.
They need a runner, like somebody who.
You're out of
Drez.
runners.
Drez.
Oh, that's right. Drez is still here. Oh my god, I fucking let him slip all the way again.
You piece of shit.
I mean,
God
he's-
damn it. I let him
he's-
and Conor go to the back to the bench. I can't believe it.
I picked Conra just because, like,
Look at the force. They
Wait, are you-
probably should be on.
Oh
the
wait,
bench.
I'm
It's
sorry.
an
This is...
8-man league.
Gigi, are you picking Dress?
Yeah.
Okay.
then Conra.
Yeah. Wait, I almost put Clown. There we go.
You almost-
Jesus, even when I want to pick Connor, I can't do it. All right, over here. Well, we're kind of just picking players at this point.
Yeah, you just.
I love Noplex.
I was gonna be.
Honestly, I think Noplex could beat out Beam. Like
Potentially.
to be real. Who do we got? Sket. They got two runners. Give them.
You can get Tommy. Halfrey likes Tommy.
We haven't said
Yeah,
a
I
word
think-
about Tommy yet.
I
Shame
think
on us.
Tommy is underrated. Like he.
Yeah.
He is. He should not
He
be
can
going.
be
Solid as fuck. But I don't think he. No, I don't think he goes to this team because they have 3 starting tanks for sure. Like
True.
you're not. Tommy's not better than.
Yeah, but Zach can the better.
Is
Zach might not
Tommy-
make it.
Yeah, Tommy might be better than Zeg, or at least as good at tanking. Yeah, give me.
I think it's just like if Zach can't make it, you got a Tommy, and you can debate on. The team can debate on.
Dude, honestly, Tommy played really good against my team. Went positive
He's
both
like, when he
games.
goes aggressive and holds forward and like actually tries to move
But
forward.
he was just staying alive. Like even
Really?
that is valuable.
Has
on our
anyone
team, whenever
seen
he went
Grunt play yet?
aggressive, he did well.
I have not seen Grunt play Halo 3. But if it's anything like Reach, he dies a lot.
He lands good punches.
Do you think? I mean, he
Yep, that
was
was true in
always.
Reach, too.
He was always in the air in Reach. Think of what he's going to be doing in Halo 3.
I
He
told
may
him,
not even
I
be on the
told
court.
him I told him multiple times if you kept your feet on the ground, you'd be
Now I'm
at least twice as good.
I'm thinking between Grunt or Sonic, just because Alpha and Sonic, former admins.
Aren't they just on a team together?
That's reaching.
Yeah, now if I could give me Grunt.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have people left out. We are.
Yeah.
100%.
Again, I'm expecting more players to come in, so we could end up with 10 teams.
Or 9.
Or
I-
9.
I
Yeah,
would-
we can do 9.
I would hate to see 10 teams because just
I
the
think
cap.
I would
nine
hate
should
to
be
see
the
6.
maximum.
I would hate to
Actu-
see 6
actually,
players on a team like this.
That's a lie. 10 teams would just about be perfect, so that Rage and
Yeah.
Demon don't go to.
And I also,
But
and I
the
also in
captains-
general
the
just
captains
don't
would have to
like.
be-
I don't like 6-man rosters. You know how strong I am for 5-man rosters, so
I
5
don't.
minutes to go.
I hate 6-man
Yeah.
rosters.
It makes everything competitive.
Men's
I'm
Ace,
indifferent.
Diablo, Door, Freak. I want to go Marty. Fuck it. Let's go.
Matty B.
It's Marty. It's not Matty. His name was changed several weeks ago.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, was it?
I was really hoping that Tommy would fall to my team, but he's not gonna. So I'd go Mist here. She's.
First star.
Played for the first
Yeah.
time today.
I don't know if they'd get along, but she's. I think the best
Since you're
potential on the board.
indifferent,
I played with
you
her
already
with
have a
customs
runner,
today, and I completely forgot.
Regression's never not going to play himself.
And what'd
I
you
think-
say, Rage?
I said I saw Miss play Halo 3 for the first time today, but I wasn't really paying attention because the Lakers are on. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's officially on the PC. So
Is it bad? Is she bad? She was good at Reach.
again, I wasn't paying attention.
She was also good at 4. All right, sorry. DCleak.
No. I would go Squeeps because you already have a runner and regressor, and you're not going to... He's never not going to play himself.
Yeah.
And this way you can find a way to... Between Salty, Tad, and APOC, you
Yeah.
find a way between one of them's going to step up.
One of you's gonna be better than the others.
Yeah.
That's.
And that's
Yeah,
it's a good gamble.
All
Those
right, and
3 long-term players.
this last spot, let's just go over Mosquito, who does somehow.
No.
Yes.
Saints and Dragon Guy got along, didn't they?
I don't
No.
know
I
if
thought they
that's
did.
true.
No?
Oh,
I thought they
I
did.
fucked up.
What did you do?
It would have been Credit Clown instead of fucking Squeeps
Oh yeah,
because it's his boy.
rip.
Hey, our neutral host. Let's go.
Oh, he might be a good player because
Sev,
apparently he was doing pretty well
your
on
neutral
their
host Sev.
warm-up games.
Credit
last
Clown?
year. Yeah, he played for
Yo,
them like as a fourth.
Get rid of Squeeps. Give me Credit Clown on my team. Because that's probably more accurate.
Yeah, I forgot
and
about him.
Are you gonna? I'll probably take Sweeps here then.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. And I think Aware Mosquito would be the final pick then. Or
Not-
no,
not
Dragon
God,
Guy. Dragon
Not
Guy.
God, whatever. If he's an old player, you think Silva would know what that is?
Apparently he was like on a very, very bottom team. I think Dragon
Oh.
Guy's the final pick.
Damn.
It's a final pick of a mock draft. Who cares?
Yeah. So Sev and God and Sonic are the only non-players.
Yeah.
So
It's with
I would've-
5 players left out.
Damn, no love for the
Man.
EU players.
that's a
Right.
whole nother team.
Oh well, you said Freak was right.
But that kind of leads right into our next point of, having players left out is pros and cons of kind of draft versus classic,
Yeah.
right? Like everybody knows that I'm not so much advocated towards the bid league, but that's because I think that since we've started the bid league, people haven't gotten as good as they used to. You know what I mean? Like we've seen a lot less superstars come out of our new recruits than we have just good, decent role players.
Do you think that has anything to do with kind of just like less new players available in general? Just because the
Of
population of
course.
Halo is just a lot smaller.
Yeah,
How about
that's
more the captains available? We had Pimp in the Crib and,
yeah. I mean, we had players like Keith captaining, Pimp in
Yeah.
the Crib. We
Necessary
had
Evil.
Nanadels or whoever his captain, Sonic Nachos
Yeah, Necessary
was his
Evil.
captain back then.
Like if
Yeah,
if
Necessary
you,
Evil.
If you think we had the top 10 players, or 12 players captaining, it would have changed it.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, here's the thing.
Well,
if they
the teams would be
captained-
more balanced.
that's not the point. Like we were talking about earlier, every single season back in Reach before the bid league started, you would play the AGLA season, and then as soon as the season ended, teams would kind of disband for the most part. Not every team would, but they would kind of disband, and it would be just this
Free for all.
empty
that
free
thing.
for all free agency period where 2 players were like, all right, we're starting a new team. This is our name. Who do we want to pick up? And it was way more common, especially with like Boss Tycoon, for even though he had Shadow Alchemist and Easy and him and whoever else, RDG, he would have another farm team with no Plex and Go Tanks and all these other kids who would constantly be on custom games and competing in these classic leagues with other teams, playing against the best competition. But every single day after that, when the free agency period come up, they would be in custom games trying to get noticed by these teams. You know what I mean? Like, and then they would trade top players and get better. Now, that's not so much a priority, because now these kids kind of want to hide until the season starts and then do good. But that's, tough to do when you're playing against people who have been playing for 10 years.
And personally, I don't feel like if like the mid league and stuff, if we didn't make that adjustment and just stuck with classic throughout, I feel like the league would probably just still be in the same spot it is now. I mean, like
I don't think it changes anything. It's Grifball.
Yeah.
It's gonna die either way.
And like in terms of like that grind to get better, I think that is just actually going to go away just because people have played for so many years. They're getting older in general.
The game is less a priority than it was.
Yeah.
Like Halo used to be really big.
Like that's why I tend to favor the draft, because it does get newer players more exposure to the community because you're getting thrown onto these teams with established players.
So
right, I don't disagree with the fact that I think the bid league was really good in terms of retaining newer players. I disagree with the fact that
the bid league didn't create better players.
The bid league didn't create better players. It made them more complacent because we weren't asking them to go out and be a star or a superstar because they're playing with Ace.
I wouldn't be asking to go third round if it was last. I mean, it wouldn't make sense. But yeah, I get your point. Like, I'm out here trying to tank my value with
out
the
of
way
us
I'm talking.
three, I'm the only one who came in through the bid league. Both of you came in classic.
Fair point.
Yep.
So my viewpoint of the matter is, I came in by myself. I didn't come with a group of friends, right? So I signed up for the GGL, got placed on a garbage team, which I love. But so they were. They're my favorite team, and if I ever captain again, that's my team name. But
you're gonna have to remind me on what that was.
What the Griff? It was Alley Cats.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh yeah. Garbage is right. Yep.
Yeah. No, I love them to death. They were like my team. But I came in that team. That was my GGL team, right? We sucked.
Yep.
We got beat up on. I got better. I saw the bid league, and I was like, that was a good opportunity. I went for 10 credits my first anime season to Nuclear Taco.
Or Nuclear Taco, that's right.
Yeah, we sucked even more because we rotated. Yeah, no, and then next season I wanted to play in pro, so I grinded hard.
Yeah, exactly.
To get better, but like,
but how often do you see that?
No, my point is, you can. I came in with a group of people. I came right before Solace and Piggies. I came right after Solace and Piggies. Yeah. So I would have been in the group with Sackett, Freak Show, Mr. Epic Beast,
USA Perfection.
All these kids, that were supposed to be like up and comers, and I was like the Michael and Amber Michael.
Michael and
who's
Amber.
That? Yeah, who was the real top tank? The Aeon Flux.
73 puppies was a Sonic Rainboom.
Yeah, I came in around that group. Maybe a little before some of them, maybe a little after some of them. But I came in with that group, and at this point, you can say, talent-wise, some of them are still better than me, but I've had the best career.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
I think you lucked out getting drafted
by you guys,
to One Hit Wonders, and that was one of the more interesting seasons because I remember all those conversations with Shadow and them. We were like, who's gonna be our fourth going into playoffs? Because we were flip flopping. Because when we started the season, it was Shad all the way. It was 100% gonna be Shad. And then at some point in the middle of the season, we were going between you guys, you, and General Bourbon. Everyone was having their games here and there. And then at the end of the season, come playoffs, you eventually won out.
Yeah.
And that was like
for me, you could say luck out, but I also grinded my custom games. I went out there and like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do passes and did stuff, which caught the attention of Piggies and other people. So I know for a fact, like, Nets wanted me. Because he sent me a message, and he was like, yo, I'm going to pick you up for 10 credits, or 20, boom, whatever. And then, I got picked up for 30 by Shadow.
What would that Nets team have been? What was season 3 next
That would have been him, I think, Saints.
Yeah, you're right, because he went all in on
Right.
Saints that season. Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
would have made a big difference on that team.
And it was
Yeah.
Saints. Did they
There-
have Silent Shadow again? I
It
think
might
they
have been
did.
Silent Shadow. I think their fourth was Tuna Barrett at the time.
Yeah,
They
that
And
got.
sounds right.
I was the replacement for that.
That's the
But yeah-
season my team won the division.
But
And
yeah,
it was-
again,
Nets,
you
Nets and I were always in the same division.
the grind paid off because if you went there, your career projection is probably pretty similar.
So as someone who, so let's go back to what we're talking about, the pros and cons. I do think, as Gingy said, we don't make as good of players because I don't know that many kids that came after me that weren't like stat padders or played the game a lot longer than I have that climbed up to be a quote unquote good
Right.
player.
I don't consider stat patters
New
like
players.
they played. Yeah, they played
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, the same thing. I
On
like Galvin
hours.
came in. Galvin wasn't a new kid. He was, he was already an
Yeah, the
established
dude.
veteran.
See, here's the thing: is like they not only do one-on-one tanking shit, like, which is by no means a Grifball comparison, right? It doesn't matter. You can tank
But they
one-on-one all day
they
long and get in
mechanically
a
get
game and
good.
get fucked up, right? But you know how to tank at least. Going positive or playing for KD does make the game harder for the other team, right? And they understand spawn mechanics, which means they can help
I
their
think-
team get goals by stat padding. It's it's a legit strategy.
I
So they
think-
have a one-up on the game. They play
I
a
think
lot.
the only good quote unquote great player that came out of the bid league would be that started in the bid league would probably be Larry.
He was only he wasn't good for Halo 4. It took him.
But I'm like,
Well, I
five
mean,
years.
again, he was a tank in Halo 4. He was an enemy tank. He went crazy positive.
Right.
That's the one on
And he
too.
he completely changed the way he played, and it did everything. There's
But
like that
I
one
think-
Halo 5 season where everything changed for him.
I think Solace is up there.
Yeah,
I think Infection.
How about Saints?
But no, Infection played in Reach
Did he?
for like a half a season or something like that.
Saints though, he's got to be the.
Saints also played in Reach with the
Did he?
Crowbar with the Misters.
Yeah, he played with Jennings.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He also played before the bid league.
Yeah,
Because he was on my team the first season of the bid league. People are like,
league, yeah.
"Oh, Saints is okay." Went for 110 credits. Went like plus 26 on the season, but had a fuck ton of pro runs. Like the dude,
Still
all of
does.
his goals. I had 24 goals, which was the most on the team. He's almost had as many in just pro runs. He never ran. It was crazy.
So
something
something else I think gets overlooked a lot, in terms of like what you're saying about players wanting to get better. For like back in Reach, like when we first came in, there was a strive to go pro. Like the AMI
Right.
league was significantly larger than pro at that
Well,
time.
there
Like,
was there
pro
was no
ex-
AMI league.
yeah. Pro
When we came in, there was no AMI. It was either you
Well, for-
played against the pros.
when I came in AMI.
Oh,
But I mean,
okay,
I just
well,
mean,
came
I
in
just
right
mean like
after then.
like when the pro is like exclusive to the top players. I think that's a big drive for newer players that we just
And
don't
that's-
have anymore.
That is why I'm very adamant about us going, 8 teams. I would even be okay with going 5 players. I mean, 6 is cool. You involve more people. I'm okay with it. I want to see Tommy and Noplex and all those guys on rosters. I do. They all deserve to be there. They're good Grifball players.
What to mean like make it so like not everyone make it so if people want to actually get on a team they have to commit to the a grind.
Yeah, it's exclusive. Like you gotta get
I
in
just feel like
customs.
I
Put
just
your
feel like
name
we're
out there.
past that point.
We
Yeah.
have too small of a league to really enforce it, and I think
Yeah.
people are nervous.
I think that as long as it used to be, at least when I started playing in 4, it like lobbies used to be like a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now our lobbies are pretty much
Mixed.
like
Custom
now.
games are happening more again, but here's the
Well,
thing:
because the draft's starting up again. The custom
No,
grind goes
I mean,
up
like,
a lot.
if
I
you
remember,
do
like-
this idea, I'm not down to do this idea if we keep 2-month season. Like, that's just stupid. You're gonna drive people off. But say we do kind of what we've been doing, where it's like a 3-week to a month-long season. That's including playoffs. You have about 10 games total or a series against each team,
Mhm.
and then playoffs. So you could do that in 3 to 4 weeks plus playoffs, 5 weeks.
Lucky, yeah.
If everything works out, and then you go right into a new draft, a new season.
I
that
mean,
that model could work because then those players have time to try to get into customs, and teams will be scrimming, and so they'll need
I
subs.
Yeah, I also think we need like some way to establish classic teams, not necessarily in the AGLA season, but maybe like tournaments,
Yeah.
like
I feel
2-week
like
tournaments where
I
everyone
feel
plays
like that
everybody on off season.
that happens a lot, and then it never gets followed through with.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
it's
there
just a
needs to
lot
be,
of
like,
it's just a lot of effort for a dying game. Like we could put all
I
the
don't even
time
want to
we
call
wanted
it.
to
I don't even
Grifball,
want
but
to
how
call it
much would it
dying. I
really?
just want to call it super stagnant. Like, I feel like the league has been this size for like 3 years now.
Yeah, okay, dying might be the wrong term. Like we haven't shrunk really in a while. Right.
Like, I mean,
We haven't
come
grown, we haven't
Infinite, who
lost.
knows? I mean, cautious optimism, but I haven't seen Halo headline this much since Halo Reach.
Maybe it goes back. Maybe we get a bigger league. But
Yeah, I mean,
with
in
younger
your
kids,
and it's gonna be open on PC, and it's gonna be free to play.
and we can all fucking stop playing.
Yeah.
Just bring in a whole new set of players and just let all
Yeah.
the old talent retire.
All the
and
new
move on
kids
with their
now,
lives.
yeah, all the new kids now take over for us, and then we dip.
All right. Come back in a couple years and see who's the best.
And then come in and trash them.
That would be sad. That'd be big sad. But yeah,
No,
I think
Yeah.
I think that it's an interesting topic. I just think that over the years, and I mean it shows a little bit, over the years we've developed less talent because you don't need to develop yourself to get onto a team and play in competitive games, which is the whole point.
Yeah,
The whole
back
point
end
is to
of
have
the
fun
draft,
in the
yeah.
games, right? Like the whole point is to like, oh, I still get to play in these very competitive Grifball games, which is fun. Whereas if you didn't compete to get better, if you didn't play customs to get better, and you just sat on a classic team that got fucking 9-0'd every game, you hated life. You really did. You're like, oh my god, I really
Why
wish
am
I could.
doing this.
I really wish I could stop getting beat up by Determined and T-Rich and Silva and Shadow. I really wish I could compete with Crusader and Lightsaber and Jedi and just better teams. So it always gave you something to strive for, and there was always customs to get better at. And granted, I took it even farther, watched film on some of the best players, like their point of view, and I tried shit they did.
As well. I also think, like, as you said, the exclusivity stopped. I remember when like customs used to be not tough to get into, but like it would be an all-pro custom, and you'd get like one or two quote-unquote AMI kids to see if they could play.
Yeah, I missed those. I remember Boss Tycoon getting kicked out of a custom, and I got to stay, and that was like one of the funniest moments of my life to this day.
Oh, I remember being invited by like Nets or Kid Tonga or Silent or other people. Be like, hey, come play in this. We need people, and you're right there. Let's see if you can hang with like Gingy and the rest. Still go neg 45, but
It
drop
definitely,
some mark here and there.
it definitely had a different feeling to it, because
Yeah.
like I remember my first season when it was me, Slayer, Son, and Boss, and we got our first scrim against a pro team, and it was way to fail. And we went in all hyped, and then Determined embarrassed me on the wall hop.
Here's the thing, though.
It was still super exciting to do, and yeah, I don't get that. Well, I mean,
Keep in mind, like, so after I retired for Grifball for like a year and a half, I went and played in COD leagues.
when was this?
Right? Halo 5. I quit halfway through Halo 5.
Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't remember. I don't remember shit from Halo 5.
Yeah,
honestly.
Halo 5 was such a touch.
We talked about that earlier, dude. There were 5 years of Halo 5, or 4 or 5 years of Halo 5.
We don't know. We don't know
nothing.
if Silva ever won a ship, GGL or period, in Halo 5. We don't remember. Same with Digital.
I'm sure Digital had.
I don't think they did.
There's no way Digital didn't
No,
win.
I don't think he did. Even on my team, we got beat out in playoffs. And we had me, Easy, Dig, and Boss Tycoon one season.
Yeah, I beat you guys.
Yeah. Boss Tycoon sucked.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It was bad.
I didn't win anything in Halo 5.
And then the other season we had Killers. The other season we had Killers, and he played the worst series of his life.
I knocked you out of that league.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
It was so bad. It was tragic. It was like Snarf with Lightsaber bad. Like, it was just like, what are you doing? I'm confused. And he even said it afterwards, like, dude, I don't know what the fuck that was. It happens. Everybody has bad days. I've been there.
Man, I wish we didn't have to play Slide for the first year and a half of Halo 5.
Oh, that fucking blew. I hated Slide.
How did we have an RTX tournament on fucking Slide?
I don't know. We all got used to it. Like, it's just... mean, it's not like we were bad at it. We were still the best in Grifball. It was just easier than it needed to be.
All right, what you were saying, your
Hey.
your COD break.
But I would go and play in tournaments. I ended up winning like $1,500. But when I started playing, I got smoked. Fucking smoked. Because these kids that, just like Grifball, the kids coming in, these kids that I was playing against had years of COD experience. They're playing it competitively all the time, just like we play Grifball competitively all the time. So you can't come into those lobbies expecting to go plus 30 every game. Like, that's an anomaly when that happens. Like, that's why it doesn't happen. You know, those kids don't, unless you're like a stat pattern, you got years of Grifball experience outside of the leagues. You don't just come in and dominate. Hell, even the stat patterns didn't come in and dominate. Galvin was the best of them, and it took him a while to get into the groove in Halo 5. Right? He didn't come out guns blazing.
I would
Came
say
out better than most.
I mean, yeah, like outside Galv, I think maybe Stop Killing Me had a really rapid rise to the top, but it was in a
Yep.
it was late stage Halo 5 anyway.
It was when everybody, nobody,
yes, yeah.
nobody was playing anymore.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't doubt that if it was in a prime of the league, he would come in and be a great player pretty quick. But
sure, I think he would be.
It was a very easy time to rise to the top then.
I mean, Puppies also did that. Puppies went to become a really good player and then kind of disappeared though.
Yeah,
in Halo 4.
Yeah, because he got banned.
Of the league.
Again, in end of Halo 4, also a very easy time to rise to the top.
Yeah,
I think.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
it's
especially because we had that split season, Halo 3 and Halo 4.
Yeah, I don't even count that as.
That opened up a lot of opportunities for players.
Right, like Sko Blazin was the Halo 4 season.
Yeah, I had Sko and Taz in the ship.
It was you, Killers, and Boss Tycoon in that Halo 4 season. 95% of everybody else was players.
Let me think, who else was there? Solace was there too. I think Solace and Cutler were on the team. Yeah, he was pretty weak.
So 95%. Everybody else went and played Halo 3.
Yeah.
Halo 3 was pretty competitive that season, right? Like, so I'll count that one, but like I don't know if I count the Reach or the Halo 4 one. That was pretty weak.
To go back to like years of experience, I think it's also sort of, I would say, like players like my fault. Like I have not taken a custom seriously in years.
That is not our fault. I'll give, like, I'm the same way. For a while there, especially with Halo 5, I had to be stoned to enjoy Grifball.
I bitch about the connection because
out of my mind.
Normally do, but like I haven't taken a custom super seriously in years.
I call it the canon syndrome.
Well, I don't think that really affects it because like if you're a newer player and you just get into the lobby, you're not gonna not take it serious because the players are having more fun.
It's not necessarily for the newer player. It's more for like.
There's a difference between not taking it seriously and not trying to. Like,
yeah.
Just because I'm not taking it seriously doesn't mean I'm actually not
I've done
focusing.
Both.
Same. But there is levels to that. Like,
yeah.
I could be. I'm obviously not postured like I am in a game. Like with a game, I am hunched in front of my monitor, like 2 hands on the controller, and it's not in my lap. It's like up in the air. I'm focused. I'm paying attention to every kill. Where I'm in a custom game, I'm looking at the screen and I'm just kind of dazedly sitting there, and I'm more relaxed. And it's not like I'm not. Right. It's not like I'm not at least putting some effort into it. It's just not as focused.
I mean, I was straight up watching the Laker game while playing today.
Yeah. No, my thing is not necessarily for the newer kids, but like for the people like who are technically the new kids, like Tommy, Maddie,
Conra, Maddie, Nile, yeah, all those
kids. It's that turn for them.
Came back.
Yeah, it's that turn for them to like Demon's already there, like he's progressing. It's the turn for them to start.
You have Demon and Star, and Gal.
Well, Star's been around though.
Yeah, Star's been around in Halo 4. He left for quite a bit. But Demon's one of the new guys. Star's one of the new guys in this era, I guess. He's newer.
In 4.
Right. And they had the advantage of still playing Reach when we all came back to it. They had that one up on us. So that helped them really get into the groove of things quicker than us. Because they had some consistency with the game, but that doesn't change the fact that they came in and were able to compete.
Yeah, it'd be nice if
So
like Icy Tanker. I mean, well, he's back now, but like even like Giggling
He
Reaper,
didn't
there were
quit.
other
Yeah.
there were other decent players that could have
yep,
continued
and
on.
they're all in the box, and there are some talented players that never really got off a reach. I agree. It's just a matter of maturity for those kids. Like, do they
Yeah, that's true. Because
want
I mean,
to get in?
they quit out after like a couple 5-4 losses. Like
They
it
can't.
wasn't.
They cannot handle a loss.
I
They
know that
cannot
was
handle the
not
fact
a good look.
they cannot. I mean, look at Star when he first came into the league. Could not handle the fact that there was somebody better than him. Just couldn't. Like, it was everybody. His friends were the best. He called himself better than Ace, which I'm sorry. You should have confidence in yourself. Don't get me wrong, but better than Ace? You're out of your fucking skull.
At least Sko gave himself like 2 seasons to get there.
I just want to go pro.
Yeah, no, but like, but the new kids, like, it's their step. Like, this is, if they were like, I don't want to say grinding, but if it was a little more competitive in their customs,
And like I
gives
said,
them the
if they
opportunity to take over those 4 spots for somebody else.
right, if they had to work to get there, right, like they had to get into customs every day, and whenever there's a lobby open, they're seriously,
Waiting.
like this is no bullshit. Ace and I were so good at Halo 4 because every day from the end of Reach, the last year of Reach, in the first 8 months to a year of Halo 4, we played 3 times a week minimum, like for like 2 years. It was sad. Like, and then granted, I had a job, I played football, I did all of that on the side, but like every single night we'd be up till midnight, 1 o'clock playing, because there was always customs back then, and there's not always customs now. But we were grinding the fucking game. We were watching film if there was nothing other than if there was no custom games, we were watching film on Determined, or we were talking about it the other day in Discord, how he used to watch Didge. He used to watch like Way to Fail clips because they played Way to Fail, and he would watch like Red Baron and Didge and all those guys. And I would then mention about me watching Determined a lot, or watching some games on T-Rich, or just any film I could do, and I would watch what these guys did and copy it. Like, it was just such a try-hard mode that you don't see now. And granted, we talked about it. Grifball's a dying game.
Bring back the Way to Fail film
also
sessions.
Not like the dying game. There's also more things to do now than
Right.
just Halo.
Yeah, exactly.
You can go play free to play game. You can play League or Fortnite or whatever.
Right.
To your heart,
Right. Yep. There are definitely a lot more games out to choose from. That is not a joke. But yeah, I
the
just
League
think
of Legends life is still sadder than the Grifball life. Say it.
I mean, at least League of Legends, you could play it and you have a goal. There are millionaires playing League of Legends. You know what I mean? Like, they're making money off
Yeah,
the
but they're
game.
Korean.
No. I mean,
Oh,
a
if
professional
they
league
make it
player
for
gets paid
content.
what, like $250,000?
Something like that. It's like a scheduled salary.
Imagine
if you're a
saying
content
that
creator in
10
that
years
game, you
ago.
can do it. But I mean, I don't know if there's a goal for it. I think it's just not. I mean, even when for me it wasn't a big priority. I just wanted to play pro.
Right.
I told myself when I joined, this is gonna take me like 5 seasons or like 2 years real quickly. I'm gonna play, go. I'm gonna win this ship thing and dip out. The last part of my second year was the ship we lost, Ridge.
Yeah.
So
Whoopsies.
I lose. I forgot. Me, you, Solace, ice cards.
Yeah, I'll never forget that season.
If we win, I'm gone.
Oh.
Because that was my plan.
Oh, I knew that. That's why I threw.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I Solace lagged out while I was jumping away.
Oh yeah. 4-3 my ball.
But no, yeah, like that was my thing, and I still play other games other than like Grifball. It's just Grifball's like routine by this point.
It's a hobby.
It's
Like-
it's the thing. And no matter how much I get into other games, it's the thing I'm always coming back for.
Right, dude.
Well,
We
thanks to
left
quarantine.
Rage. We stopped playing for months, right? Year, month, whatever. And then eventually you talk to somebody, and it's like you get to reminisce, and you're like, is there a league going on? Yeah. Okay.
And then
Fuck
it's a classic. Oh, I could be my friends. Guys, you want to play?
Let's play again. And everybody's like, God, this is a bad idea. But okay. And then we have some fun for a couple months, and then we fucking hate it again, and we hop out. Right? Like, that's...
I actually don't have that problem anymore. I'm still having a great time.
Yeah, I'm
just
having
not being
fun.
an admin.
I was so done being an admin. It made me hate the game.
True that. But, I mean, just to kind of wrap things up and go on to the next subject, speaking of, Determined and all the people we used to watch film on, we are going to do a top 10 of all time for runner, hybrid, and tank. So, Ray, do you want to bring up that?
We're pushing an hour 20. Do you want to do this now, or do you want to do it in a couple?
We'll make this quicker. We'll talk real
Okay.
short. I mean, I'm at this point, I'm getting no sleep anyways. It doesn't matter.
Aha. All right.
But-
Yeah. So we discussed this earlier, and we came up with our pool of players, and these are the players that we're gonna have here, and then we're just kind of talk through them and just start putting them in, inserting them in the spots, and we'll have some honorable mentions as well, because
Yeah, and this will be a collaborative thing, so we will all kind of agree between votes. If it comes down to vote, we'll do all three of us will vote and we'll put that player in. If we forgot somebody, say like a Halo 3 star or something like that, we chose this pool based off of
memory.
more than one. Yeah, memory for first and foremost, but more than one game. I don't give a fuck if Thumi was great at Reach or great at Halo 3, but not any other game or anything like that, right? So longevity matters, actual skill matters, like how dominant players were throughout their entire career, not just one game, matters.
That's why Boss is not on this list.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
exactly.
save
Also,
onto this until he gets out one day.
Also, you're gonna see Shadow S16 on this list. We are preferencing the fact that I would say 50% of Halo has been played in a bid league, right? And the teams that these players are on are oftentimes outside of their control.
Context matters.
So context does matter. We're taking it a lot off of individual skill and not just winning. But Shadow is on this list, and he deserves to be because he won a fucking lot.
He won before the bid league and won after the bid league. So.
Right. So that matters. But we're also saying that he's not better than Ace Be Silent. So fuck yourself.
Facts.
So
do you want to start with
tanks,
the tanks?
Tanks, yeah. I mean, that's probably going to be the one with the most people in it. Not probably, it definitely is. Number one.
Digital.
I don't think there's any way to go other than Dig.
I say Dig as well.
Right? Just throughout every game. He played Halo 3 back in the day and was good. He's playing Halo 3 now and he's dominant. He fell off a little bit during 5.
Not
That's
because
the only knock.
And not because he wasn't good, it's because he just kind of lost his interest in the game. When he played, he was still.
Yeah.
I mean, was he top 5? I don't know. He
He
still
wasn't
a great player.
He wasn't. When we had stats, he wasn't putting up my level of KD or kills, but he was still a top 4 tank.
Halo 5 was just kind of a weird
It was a
era
fucked
for
up
Grifball
game.
in general.
Yeah, it was bad.
But I mean,
he wasn't a top guy in 5, but he was a top guy in Reach and
Halo
and
3
4,
and 4
games,
and
yeah.
everything else
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, he's the most consistent throughout every game. Period. Number 2 is where we get fucky. I think it's me. I'm biased.
of course you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're good.
just-
You've killed me a lot, but that's not hard to do. But it's also
No.
like Ice was real fucking dominant in Reach.
Sure, but it was just Reach.
He
Yeah,
was.
but the
He had a
question is,
lot of
Was
holes
he
in his
so
game.
dominant?
Trust me, if this was a Reach list, he would be on top, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't be close.
But
it's
in
not.
terms
It's
of
Halo.
yeah,
all time.
again, bringing in longevity, he did not play Halo 5 and Halo 4. He was not a top tier tank. He put up big numbers, but I mean, he never
He got
truly-
trashed by good. He got trashed by good tanks.
He
He
and
just did.
We had a
that, and
pretty
he
good
just
tank
and
in
he
3.
never really adapted to the whole game in terms of passing. It
He
wasn't
didn't
hard.
sprint.
No, he
It
didn't.
was fucking weird.
It was not hard to pass around him.
Yeah.
I can't put him number 2.
That's fine. Just put Gingy there.
I big thing on Gingy. I
It's
mean,
longevity.
you're doing great now. You kind of become top tier towards the end of Reach, but then we came back to Reach and you proved that you were great at it. Halo 4 and Halo 5, we all know, top tier player. I can't disagree. I mean, I'm kind of in a weird spot in where I want to put Ace on this list.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say come Halo 3, I think you actually edge him out because of the Halo 3 play.
I think I out-tank him in Halo 4 and Reach too, but
I'm not letting you have it in. I'll let you have it in Reach. I'm not letting you have it in 4. Ace in
I was
4
the best
was
tank in 4.
unbelievable.
Hands down. Hands down, I was the best tank in 4. Numbers say it all.
I don't give a damn about your stupid numbers.
Number 3. I lean towards Galv here. Just because of how dominant he was in Halo 5, right? He was very good. How he came back to Reach and was very good. Granted, he played a lot of fucking Reach before we came back to it. And in Halo 3, he's performing very well.
I want to go Ace for Halo 4.
I don't think Ace was the best tank in Halo 4. I don't think Ace was the best tank in any Halo.
He was insane in Halo 4 though. Like in terms of his play, he would go out there and his court presence is unbelievable. And he's done that.
I think that's more of a defensive thing and not just a tank thing. But tanking is defense too, so
to me, like, best way I could put it, in Halo 5, Galvin edged out Silent as the best overall player for the season, just because he was a better tank. But overall player, I'll still give it to Silent. So
Well, overall, we're not going to play.
If it's a tanking battle, if it's pure tanking, I might give it to Galvin.
This is about tanking, I'm giving it to Galv here.
Okay. 2 to be 1. You can go Galv.
Yeah.
And you don't see Galv on the hybrid list, right? Like, there's a reason for that.
Well, what do you say about Rain, though? Because Rain was as pure of a tank as it came.
Rain was the best Halo 5 tank. I think after me, he was second or third in Halo 4.
He was really good for.
Again, I think he was better. He was way better at 5.
Wasn't he pretty good at Reach, too?
No, he was laggy during Reach, and he didn't come back and play.
He was more of a sword guy in Reach, honestly.
He was living in Costa Rica.
Not saying he wasn't good then. He had his stuff that went against him, but because did Rain ever play Halo 3?
No, I don't think so.
He did. He had a season where he captained with a half-breed.
Did he?
Halo 3, yeah.
Really?
Because Half-breed wanted him to pick up certain players. And
how do you play?
He did.
I don't remember him being good.
I don't remember him playing at all. So we're gonna go with borderline no Halo 3, questionable Reach.
But Halo 4 and Halo 5 are very good.
Yeah, but Galv's come in and proven. We know how great Galv was at 5. Yeah. I don't doubt how good he could have been at 4, and he's proven he's a damn good tank in Reach and 3. So yeah, I think that's
Reach
fair.
was a big blemish on Rain's record. He went negative all the time due to connection.
So now here's another one. Are you gonna get? How about Thumi and Taylor Can? They were really good at.
Yep.
3.
That's gonna hurt them. You know, they played one game.
I can't put I cannot put Thumi top 5 because he never played the other side of Grifball with 4 and 5. He tried 4 and he was not good.
He was terrible, but he's coming back to a completely different game, and we had already been playing for a couple years. But he was trash. He was literal trash.
Yeah, then how much
at least Determined came back and put up numbers. Thumi, it was bad. I don't know. I am stuck because Rain was the best Halo 5 tank, and it wasn't close, right? Like, it was Rain, and then a couple steps down it was Galv, and then a couple steps down from that it was Dig and me, and then steps down from that it was nobody. It was just huge steps from those levels.
Hold on real quick, because we're kind of getting into, like, I'm looking at Saints also. Very 4 and 5 oriented tank. Rain was very 4 and 5, and then we're talking about like Taylor and Thumi. We're getting to the guys who are like either 3 in Reach or 4 and 5. I want to put Ace here because he covers all games.
Do we take Ace's consistency? Because I don't think Ace was ever the best tank in any game. I really don't.
But he's always
Snipe Down will tell you the same. So will Dig and Rain, right? The best tanks will tell you that he was never the best tank. Was he very good in multiple of them? Absolutely. Is he still very good, even in Halo 3 at being a good tank? Absolutely. Do I think
I would
he is
put Ace here just because I'm talking like 4 games to 2.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't consider him a pure tank. I consider him the top hybrid.
I mean, we
we'll
can just
get
straight
to.
up take him out of the pool then, the tank pool, because we know
No,
he's.
because he definitely deserves to be here.
You gotta be
I mean,
honest.
I'm okay with putting him at 4. I really am. I am. I'm fine with it. He's deserving to be on this list, and he's deserving to be high on it. He wasn't going to make it past 5 anyways. There was no way.
DCleak?
That's fine with me.
Alright.
Yep.
My question now becomes: all these other players are
1 or 2 dimensional game-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for AJ. He's the only one who's probably played all of them.
Yeah, but he never had the peaks that players like Rain and Saints and them had.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the
Half
question
of
is,
4 AJ was a
how much
negative
does
player.
dominance matter? Like,
Could argue
Ice
AJ's
Doomy.
peak is now.
It matters. If you dominated one game, I would almost take that over being good at 2 or 3 of them.
Because then you could put like Determined and then Doomy and then start going down. You also have players like Halfbreed who is good at 3 and then really
I
good
think-
at Reach.
I think my next player is Rain because he was second best at 4 and the best in 5, and it
But
wasn't close. But like
Okay.
Determined was the best in Reach, and it wasn't
Without
close.
question, yeah.
Was he a top 3 tank in 3?
No, would you take points away
I would not know that.
from Determined because he wasn't great at 4, as opposed to Rain, who was not
Determined still
wasn't
had
great at
Determined still had the
Reach.
second best KD season wise.
I mean, again, yeah, it was a pure
In Halo
stats thing,
4.
but I mean, it didn't lead to a lot of wins.
No,
It did
well,
not. It did not lead to success.
that goes to the fact that I don't think Silva won an AGLA ship in 4 either.
No, he didn't.
Didn't he win?
So
the
that
first
I
one was you
remember.
get was for Cosmo
I-
Boy, yeah.
I think Rain here makes sense.
I guess he did in GGL. Yeah, I think Rain makes the most sense, and then probably easily Saints. Right, just because
I think, but that's a little too much confirmation bias for the newer 4 and 5.
you're
like,
right.
Determined.
'Cause-
I mean, who had a
Yeah,
like Saints
higher
is-
high than Determined
Saints
in
was
Reach?
good in 4 and 5, but half of Saints' 4 career is,
It's
banned.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his 5 seasons are fucking magnificent. He was like,
Yeah, I'd be okay putting Determined here. He was that dominant in Reach. He just was. He was
You
the
based
best
your
player in
game on
Reach.
him.
He was the best player in Reach. Period. Nobody even came close to touching.
So the next 3 people in my head, in whatever order, doesn't really matter, is Halfbreed, Saints, and Doomy.
I was on that perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. I was
Because-
kind of thinking the same. Yeah.
It's just now we got a debate of who goes where.
I
Like,
mean,
this
I don't
Doomy's
want to
dominant in
discount
Halo
T-Rich
3.
here either.
Oh,
So Halfbreed played Halo 4 was pretty bad. I don't want to say that
He
too
was
loud.
he was okay when we came in.
Compared to what he is in Reach in Halo
No,
3,
yeah, very different.
he's pretty bad.
yeah, but I
right.
mean, but the same thing could be said about Rain. If Rain was okay at Reach,
Right, but that was connection. Like I'm giving Rain.
Yeah, he
all
lived in
his
Costa
due props.
Rica.
If he
Okay.
lived in America, could he have been different?
possibly. Okay, I got you now.
Absolutely
Okay.
possible. Halfbreed never had to overcome that. Halfbreed was just that wasn't his game style. He wasn't a sprint tank.
I mean, call it
Get
recency bias, but I feel it is much more likely players that were dominant in 4 and 5 can come back to 3 and Reach, as opposed to 3 and
mean,
Reach players trying to
to be
adjust to
fair,
4 and 5.
It is absolutely easier going backwards than it is forwards.
Yeah.
We just tried to go back to Halo 4. I was great at that game, and that shit was tough. Like I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
no, I also think that it's also the recency bias. They're
Yeah,
also
it is.
younger. It helps
It
that they're younger.
absolutely. Like I said, we're gonna get chewed out by Silva and maybe AJ and all of those Halo 3 kids who are like, I can't believe you didn't put Thumi as number 1. He's the greatest of all time. Fuck you. He played 1 game.
I'm
Right?
Thumi.
Like heart Thumi. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Love Thumi. Doesn't
No.
matter. Like seriously, the guy maybe would have been the
really good at 3 as well. So T-Rich has to be in the top 10 somewhere.
T-Rich has 3, and he was good at reach. Was he dominant at reach? No. Was he good at 4? Hell no.
I mean, who's better between Thumi and T-Rich? Because like I feel like they're very
At
similar in
4?
terms of their
At 4?
careers. They were both amazing at 3. They both came in and proved that they were great at
T-Rich was
reach
better
and
at
could
reach.
win.
T-Rich was better. T-Rich was better at reach.
I think Sirius also played reach. I don't think Thumi played.
I think he played.
Thumi did play early.
I think Thumi played,
Like,
came in,
custom-wise,
played
like,
one
warm-up and-
season and won the
Yeah.
championship and then dipped
And
just
then
to
left,
prove
yeah.
a point.
Yeah.
So would you
I think
favor T-Rich since he played longer, one more? How much longer did he play reach?
A while, because he won with Rockman.
Yeah.
But do we place him over Saints? Recency biased?
That's the issue.
Played every game. We know how
Yeah,
he fares in
but-
every game.
This Halo 3 season wasn't necessarily his best. He was outshining
No.
the other two.
He didn't play reach.
Here-
No, this Halo 3
Oh,
No,
yeah,
he
but
did.
I-
He did play reach. He did play reach.
When?
He subbed in the tournament for a
active eight.
team.
Oh yeah, he subbed in for my team, but I mean like that's not. I don't want to judge him based on that.
also
As
played
opposed
for
to
active
playing
hate.
like a full
That-
season, or that doesn't count either. Like
Yeah.
he was
That's true.
far from being in a position to excel.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
T-Rich has 3 straight ships in Halo 3.
Right. But
Yeah.
Right. Reach.
if I look at them and consider the type of player they were, and it's hard because I remember playing T-Rich in Reach in 2012, and he was pretty good. He reminded me a lot of Silva, right? Just a little better at tanking. But if I think about Saints, I actually think about a dominant tank. If I think Halo 4 and Halo 5,
Yeah, but
someone you
to be fair, you're also competing against Saints at a equal level. You might
Yeah.
not have been competing with T-Rich at that same level.
And we're
You
also
might have been like,
talking
he's
about
good.
a player that grew up in the bid league as opposed to T-Rich, who grew up in Classic, and was on much more consistently dominant teams.
You're right. He had better players around him. Which,
Yeah, you get to play with like players like Silva and Shadow
Believe
for
it or-
his entire career.
believe it or not, if you're playing with Ace, Sab, and Easy, life gets easier. Like,
Yeah.
you could focus on one thing. Yeah. All right. I'm down to give it to T-Rich here.
Just for the sake of the proven
Winning.
success.
Winning. Yeah. I think winning is now where it becomes a factor in the fact that these guys don't span every game, right? Like
Yeah,
none of them do.
we're running out of those players.
So
I'd say, I mean, again, AJ played more games, but didn't have the highs that these players have.
because let's be real. Is
Like Infection
digital
was great at one game.
was digital ever the best tank at a game? I don't think so. But
I'd
if
argue
he,
he's
Last Halo
the
3
best.
season.
Yeah, I'd argue he's the best
Sure.
now.
yeah,
Was he ever the best?
about it.
Was he
That
ever
I-
the best
that I
in
don't-
4? No. Was he ever the best in 5? No. Was he ever the best in Reach? No. But granted, he had to go against a prime determined.
yeah, sure. And I do think he's the best in 3 now. But that's not what I was talking. Like I was talking about like.
No,
old
I get you.
Halo 3.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I think yeah. You just at this point you think. I think right now the debate's just how you place Saints, Thumi, and Halfreed. I don't think there's any wrong way.
I don't go any lower with Saints. He's played too many
I
games
agree.
with too much success.
That's fine. Then put him 8.
And then I think I would go Half-Breed next. I don't think you could place Half-Breed much lower than that.
Yeah, I
It's
don't think. I mean, Thumi may have had a lot of success, but he did not play nearly. He has not played nearly as long as Halfreed has.
Longevity hurts. Like
Yeah.
it really does. It really does. And now is where we get tricky because we could rule out. We'll place people in
Honorable mentions.
because I don't know
Yeah.
if Thumi belongs in there over AJ, right? Like AJ's played every game, and now AJ's been good at some games, bad at some games, good at some points in games, bad at some other points in games.
I personally think you have to go with the dominance.
The
but
dominant.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
then
was
AJ's our
it-
first honorable mention, probably.
Yeah. Was AJ ever not a dominant tank? I think the Bidley screwed him over, but was he
I
ever?
think-
I
I
don't
think
know
AJ's
what
one of
to,
the best second tanks in the league.
and I don't know what to think of Taylor.
No,
like,
here's an easy
at
question
all.
that we should 100% thought of in time. Has anybody here, the rest of them, have any of them been the guy and won?
These guys, no.
Yeah.
And one, no.
Yeah.
Taylor, maybe.
because everyone on the top 10 has been the guy in one, right?
Well, again, like, and we're talking like, well, specifically Taylor, who was prime as apparently Halo 3. I was not around for any of that.
I was trying to
But-
think, did Tonga win with just infection? I don't think he
No.
ever did.
No, he didn't. He got to the ship, but he lost to Pro Run. He lost to Dig.
Yeah, Dig, Easy, and Cannon.
So to my thinking, like, I think everyone in the top 10 has been the guy for their team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, fair.
So I think it's at that we can lock them in, and I think it's now just honorable mention doesn't really matter. However, whatever order you want to go with, unless you actually want to go with like a 11, 10, 12, stuff like that.
No, just lock them in
Yeah, it's
honorable
just-
mentions.
Yeah.
We're not ranking you there. You all deserve to be there and to be mentioned because you were great at one game or another, or really consistent at a bunch of them. So good job. But
All right.
hybrids.
Can I just put Ace
Number one.
Yeah.
Number one is Ace. Fuck you. Like, Star, eat your heart out, kid. He's the best player ever in Grifball. Hybrids matter a lot. That tells you can run and tank. He's the best player to ever play Grifball. Period. I think that's done and over. Like, kid's too fucking good. You guys might not agree. I just think it's done. And I think that conversation in that ship is sailed.
Playing with him for 2 seasons and 5, playing against them on Alpha's team, yeah, he's the guy you watch out.
He is. He may
Now-
never be the best tank or the best runner, period. But he's very, very good at both, and he's very, very good at defense.
So now I'm stuck because
this is fucking
This is
tough.
really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
in my head the next 3 talent-wise, just straight talent, is
Let's-
like what?
With this list, let's put the honorable mentions down there first. Like, I think Snipe Down and Piggies aren't in the top 10.
No,
That's
like,
pretty obvious.
yeah, Snipe Down needed to play a lot more.
Same with
Or-
Piggies.
He
She
should
was
have
never-
a good Halo 5 season.
If Snipe Down kept on playing, this could be a completely different list because
Yeah,
like him and
he would be a
Ace
tank,
were
for sure.
an outrageous duo back in the day. But he played like
Yeah.
3 seasons of 4.
Two.
and
He only
had-
played 2 bid league
well,
seasons.
2 bid
because
leagues.
went
We
to
had a classic
season
season
two.
He
first.
quit.
We had a classic
Right.
season
The
first.
season, the
yeah.
season before we played with Ark, when it was me, Ace, Snipe Down, and Tonga, and we didn't lose
Undefeated.
a fucking game.
Yeah.
We blew people out. Nobody scored more than 2 goals all season. It was ridiculous. All right, who's number 2? Or do you want to start from the back? Would that be easier?
I want to put Crusader and Easy towards the bottom of this because I mean they had times where they're greater tanks, but they're much more well known as for their running abilities. So while they had their seasons tanking, I really want to put them towards the bottom just because they're
I think
much
Here-
runner heavy players.
here I'm gonna speak my piece now. I think Shadow's number 10. I do, and that could be asinine. That could be ridiculous. But we've had this conversation time and time again, and this is just beating a dead horse. He was never, ever, ever the best player on his team, or really even that close to being it. He was always teaming with Silva, or Determined, or Rage, or Crusader, or just so many other people. And yes, he could be good at defense, or good distraction, or a good communicator, or what have you, a good leader. But that doesn't make him a top tank or runner, or in one of those things. He's a hybrid because he could do both and because he won.
I
play
just don't know if I can put someone who won so much across all
Yeah,
the
and
games.
that's why this
It's-
is gonna be uncommon and unpopular.
But now here's the issue. The same thing with the tanks, right? They were the guy. Same thing could be said. Was Shadow ever the guy for his team? Like, as someone who played with him a long time, the same thing with you, Rage. Like, you're somebody you counted on, but he was never our best player.
I always consider Crusader the best player
Yeah.
on our teams
So,
for
I mean,
Halo
he was
4.
never your.
And I
Or-
agreed with that. Yeah.
In
I mean, yeah.
Reach, like I don't know who would really be considered like that guy when it was like him, Silva, and T-Rich. I mean, Reach and Halo
probably-
3.
It was
I- Probably
voting
T-Rich.
wise, it was almost T-Rich every
Yeah.
time, and then Silva was close behind more often than not. Honestly, their best teams were when they had Determined,
Okay,
and
The
he was
best
the
way,
guy.
yeah. The best way I could put it is Shadow has the best intangibles in the league.
Sure, but not the
but-
most skill.
Yeah. So, if you go, we're gonna rate him on skill based, and 10's fine. his skill was his intangibles. And that's
Like
A-okay with
like
me.
I am saying, Shadow is here because he won before the bid league and after. If we were just like
If
the reason hybrid's in the middle, it makes sense. Is because it's a mashup of tank and runner. Put that
if I'm
together,
looking
it's
at
a hybrid.
this, if you want to take all that in consideration, I would say the lowest I would put. I mean, I would say drop me underneath him and throw these 5 above him.
But the question is Nets a better player?
Nets was something. He was
Because like Nets was a trade machine. Let's be honest.
he was a
right?
very unique way of being good.
Nets was really good at double kills.
And
Nets was
trades.
really good at defense and trading, which
fucking files.
is, and he never went that negative. He wasn't common for dropping negative 30s.
No.
He was
Right,
the
he would
ultimate
go-
number 2 player you could ask for.
Exactly. And on top of that, he could run really well. He just was never asked to
Or never needed to.
or never
But
needed to.
he was plenty comfortable with that ball though.
Yeah,
plenty
exactly.
comfortable.
I think Nets skill wise is 10 times better than Shadow. Not 10, but 4.
But I don't think Nets is better than anyone else on the list skill wise.
No, I agree.
So I think
Definitely not tanking wise.
No, he
Maybe-
was. If he was your number 1 tank, that team would not win.
So I think
no.
if Rage
No.
wants to put himself around Shadow's area, I think the bottom 3, 10, 9, 8, and whatever order will be Shadow, Rage.
Would you say this right here is like the top tier number 2s? Because I've made it very clear, and I'm very certain I cannot win as the best player on the team, and I can see Shadow and Nets being in a similar situation.
Would you be okay with putting yourself below Nets too?
Yeah.
So like
I would
Shadow,
put
Rage?
Nets Shadow Rage is what I would do. Nets Shadow Rage. I think
I'm perfectly okay with that.
There you go. Those are 10, 9, 8 respectively.
But what were we doing with Crusader and Easy?
I think probably the next 2. 7,
Like-
6.
I think Easy needs to be below Nets, right before Shadow or right after Shadow. Like he wasn't ever a dominant.
I
tank.
wish Crusader played more.
Yeah, but the games Crusader played, he was really fucking
He was
good.
always
including
really. He was always really good. He was a great tank and reach. He was the best,
Then
Halo
why
4
don't you
runner,
put,
and he
Crusader
came back
right
and was
above
really good at
Nets?
5.
Put
Crusader.
He's
Right
still
by Nets.
Crusader still played 3 games and was a top player in each.
Yeah, because
I can.
because was Crusader a better hybrid than Saints?
He was a better runner.
Yeah, but as we're talking about hybrid, all the overall running, tanking.
I'm gonna be biased here. I think tanking matters more in Grifball than running.
I agree.
You can have any Joe
Yeah.
Schmo run the ball if they have a brain.
I think a tank heavy hybrid will always contribute more than a run heavy hybrid would.
Yeah.
All right.
So I would say Crusader is behind Saints.
There you go. Because I think I don't know if this is true, but I think Crusader will put Sab above him. And
Crusader loved playing
I-
with Sab. Crusader
I
loved
think-
playing with Sab more than anyone.
I think Crusader should put Sab above him.
so,
We're almost doing this list like right here.
Yeah, it's fine. It's easier this way. You need to put easy.
Easy
you
needs
two.
to be below Shadow or right above him. He's right there. He's not better than Nets.
What was Easy's peak tanking wise? Do you think?
Halo 4.
Because
Halo
no
Yeah,
one
he's a
doubts what Easy did in Reach as a runner. It was
Well,
absurd.
Halo 5 was probably Easy's peak tanking, and it was late, very late, and it was never dominant.
Fair
But
enough.
he was
His running, he was
was
like one of
the
the
best
players
reach runner
where-
and one of the best in Halo 4, if not the
Yeah.
best.
he was one of those guys where you were fine with him because he was almost a tank in himself, kind of like you were in Reach.
Yeah, with the
No.
bomb, he could make shit happen on his own.
So you basically list that grouping. The question remains:
Where we put
Saints
Easy on
below
this.
Silva and Gingy.
Well, Sab. The question is the top 4 right now. I think Easy's below Nets, honestly, and Shadow Shadow and Rage are interchangeable, or Shadow and Easy are interchangeable.
Easy's peak was higher than mine in Reach. Easy was a.
And I think
if you
Easy's peak was
Reach.
higher than Shadow's too, skill wise.
Skill wise,
So
yeah.
I think that's what gives him the nod.
Put Nets Easy, Shadow Rage.
Yeah.
Basically, the placing isn't even like saying someone's worse. It's just like 1A, 1B type of thing.
Tell me how good Blacklist does if they replace Easy with literally anybody.
Tell me how any of his teams do without Easy.
Yeah, I don't win this shit without
Easy's peak was probably the best runner of all time. Like, he had the best runner peak ever.
Digital doesn't win a ship without Cannon or without Easy. I don't win a ship without Easy. It just doesn't happen.
Let's go with that for now, and not these guys.
So Saints over Sab or Sab?
Longevity, Sab over Saints.
I think Sab led to more continuous success too.
Yeah.
Although, again,
remember
he
like
was
Sab carrying like Boss Tycoon, the team that I was meant for. I went 450 that season instead of 440. He carried Alpha Turtle to the ship with Ace Spence and Thunder.
He also
Granted,
played
Ace
with
Spence and Thunder were
Kid
great.
Tonga.
Yep.
That one season had a pretty good season. Him, Tonga, and Viper.
Yep. I mean, Sab is just great.
Honestly, I think I'm fine with this right here.
I'm more contentious. No offense, like
I'm not number 2. I'm not good enough runner. I think it's Sab 2. I think Silva's 5 because he's just skill wise. Unless we're talking Halo 3.
Silva's been incredibly consistent in every game he's played. Maybe the lower less so in Halo 5, but I'm really holding Halo 5 weight less just because of the state of the game was in.
Sure. But I also think Halo 4 he was worse than Saints and Sab and me. And Reach, I think he was worse than Sab and me.
I'd say he's better than 3. Okay, yeah, I can buy that.
Sure.
And so he's better than us.
Are we gonna push Sab to 2 because he's kind of like this? I don't want to say flawless player, but he doesn't have these lows. Like,
he's a jack of all trades. He
could do everything in every game. Like if you ask him to tank in Halo 4, he could do it. If you ask him to tank in Halo 5 or Reach or 3, he can do it. You're right. He's not going to be the best, but
he's going to be in the top 10.
He's gonna be better than most.
Yeah.
And like with me, the reason I don't put me 2 is because I'm obviously a hybrid. The last couple games I've been running, but I don't run very often in 3. I don't run very often in 4. I didn't run in 4.
What was Saints' peak running wise?
5. He didn't have one. He was below Silva probably.
So you want to go?
I think what helps Saints is not necessarily his running ability, but his ability to make goals happen, like
pro runs in Halo 4 were big,
or his hammer lunging and stuff like that.
He's a good defender. He's a good
Because he would, I get what you're saying. Like, he's not someone you're gonna say you're gonna be the runner this season. He's gonna be the guy who picks up the ball and is like, okay, I'm just gonna make a play with this real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch 5 people in the face real
let's
quick.
be real. You got to take defense out of this list because everybody on this list can get carrier kills. Like that's not a fucking issue. It's just a matter of
there's no bad defender here. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a matter of if somebody's willing to challenge us, which more often than not, you're not punching Ace or Sab. You're not going for that punch, unless you're stupid like Easy and I. Did you like to punch him in Reach? I guess.
These fuckers.
I put me Silva Saints, but I'm biased, and I'd leave it up to you guys.
The only thing like I could push Silva up a little higher just because his consistency, not necessarily being the top guy, but
and you're right, he has been. Yep,
that
winning.
says something. Yeah,
and he's had the Halo 3 and Reach days. He had a lot more consistent success. I know he didn't have a lot in 4 and 5, but success is success.
If we're gonna say the same about Bid
we
League,
went.
Like,
We went back to Reach. No, I will never take Bid League against anybody. I'm taking it based off his personal skill.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's literally what I'm taking it off of. The fact that he is a really good runner in Halo 3 or Reach sorry,
If
3.
I want to go pure
He was a pretty
skill,
good
I
runner at
have
5'3".
pure skill. I put Silva 5.
That's fine. Like my only thing is I don't want to have the conversation because he did do things.
Yeah. Yep.
It would be unfair to him not to
He has been a great player in
Yeah.
every game. And he's a
again,
top 5 hybrid of all time for that reason.
And do you
know
want
what
to
I mean?
consider longevity here in terms of Saints being mostly 4 and 5?
That's what I was thinking, is because of Saints being banned and because of Saints not really getting into reach, that's why I put him behind Silva. Plus, Saints never really dominated as a runner. He could run it, and he can run it. Like, let's not pretend he can't. But he's never dominated in any of those games doing it. You know what I mean? Where, like,
Yeah.
I had that really good reach season. I was a very good runner in Halo 5. Or I would score
You and
more
Silva
goals.
have both proven you can be a team's full-time runner. I don't think Saints has.
Yes.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Gingy 3 or 4 or Silva 3 or 4. It's kind of just
Yeah, at that point it's preference,
We're gonna do
and
that.
I go based off of pure skill at that point. I don't go based off of longevity, and that's me being biased, thinking I'm better than Silva. He probably thinks the opposite way, as he should. Any good player should think that way. But
do you want
stats-
to fill the 3 random honorable mentions we didn't add?
We ran out of hybrids. I mean,
Okay.
oops.
Oh, that was a problem.
We ran out of hybrids. It's okay.
There you go.
I mean, we can
Oops.
add. We can add DCleak. He's been good for quite a
No,
while.
let's not go down
No,
there.
you can't do that to me.
Let's just
I
move
know.
on. Let's just
Not-
move on.
not-
Let's just move on. There's more
Yeah.
tanks than there's
Yeah.
hybrids in the world.
Yeah. Sorry, not enough
runners.
of you were good at running. Sucks to suck.
Okay,
Dang.
now we talked about this before. This got really difficult
There's
got
not
really
enough
hard.
runners. Yo.
because Halo 4
Listen.
and 5, just the runner position almost
We're-
disappeared.
We are gonna be completely honest with you. We came up with 5, right?
And then we just started plugging the shit
Everyone
in.
else, yeah.
Like,
And then we
oh,
gave people. We were like, "Fuck! There are no more really good runners at every game. Let's just give people who blew up in one game the nod."
shout out to Moose.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I had 2 seasons on a runner. Just throw me in there, whatever.
Well,
Like-
shout out to Priest. Too. Like Priest was really good at reach,
Yeah.
and then
He was always
I-
second this easy.
was he
though.
good at Halo
Better.
3? Actually, was he good at Halo 3? I didn't
I don't
play
know
him.
if he was
I
a
always
runner in Halo 3.
he was
a
I
tank.
no he was a tank. Yeah, he was more of a tanky
Yeah.
player.
His
Okay,
Dragon was
so-
a runner.
Yeah, but big shout out to Moose. You're 10. Like
You have
you
to be.
you had a couple good seasons in Halo 4, but they were good seasons because you were with Ace and you were with Snipe Down, so
Oops.
you did it.
I think in terms of the most impactful runners during their times, you have to include Crusader, Easy, Tonga, and
I would say Pinhead too.
I do Pinhead in Halo 5, probably the most skill based Halo Grifball, especially for a runner, because that game was just a complete insane.
So-
I disagree, bro. I started to become good at Halo 5 because of Thruster and because punching was incredibly.
You could do some crazy cool stuff with a thruster. That's why I loved it so
Oh,
much.
it was cool.
I'm
But
not
like
saying
punching,
like
you remember how long you had to
punching-
punch in that game? It was
yeah,
nuts.
Yeah.
more to me it was like the range of those relic swords.
Yeah,
Like if
Yeah.
you weren't expecting them and it caught you at range, like I don't care how
you were
good you were.
fucked.
Yeah.
You were, and it was much harder with slide. I'll give it that. Like
So can we-
slide.
Can we put these 3 in order? Number 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I would say Crusader first. That's my bias for it.
I'm cool.
Crusaders
cool.
was
Just because
just
passing.
game changing.
Yeah.
He changed the game.
I can argue for Tonga too, or even anything like that.
Tonga was like the most pure, consistent
'Cause-
runner, but
exactly,
I
because,
feel like
like-
Crusader and Easy had much higher peaks.
Yeah, I would say Crusader and Easy were also better defenders. On top of like,
Yeah, they were.
I hate the
Crusader
excuse that
especially
runners-
was nuts.
I hate the excuse that runners get to go very negative. Like that doesn't matter to me. You're still a player on the court on defense. Who gives a fuck if you're a
For me, it
runner?
was more like
That's the
he just
thing, like-
abused his tanks, like that. Like he
Right.
had you guys. You had Snackdown, yourself, Nets, Silent, Infection on.
Oh, he had great players
Yeah,
the whole time.
But then on now we don't use the bid league, but we can use it as a team based thing. He had less tanks, and he still put up the most
Yep.
goals.
Yep.
So,
Consistently, multiple times.
yeah. So the question is
Multiple
like,
He had
could that-
infection the entire time. So let's be clear about that.
let's be smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one. But could you not state that's a little as a runner, as
Do
a
we-
pure runner?
Do we think any of us could do that?
No.
No,
Was
I
there-
don't. I don't.
I was
think
never more comfortable with the game than when Tonga had the ball in his hands.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's,
I don't.
that's the only reason I want to make that argument. Same thing with Silva before. I want to make the argument with Tonga, whether it happens or not. It's just you have to give
Moose
him
is, you
respect.
could put Moose as 10. That's done
Yeah.
and dusted.
Thanks for beating me the ship, asshole. What the fuck?
Oh.
There we
Oh, thank God.
go.
Shit.
No, I
Do
think
you
you gotta
wanna-
go with one of the Halo 3s.
Yeah, do you want to put Twiz here? Because the Halo 3 kids like to pretty much hump
Why do-
his leg
why-
until the end of
Why
time.
do we choose Halo 3 over Halo 5? Is it just to respect the elders?
No, not necessarily, but as you stated before, you
Sure.
said it was easier to get punches and stuff like that. You've played
You're
Halo
right.
3.
You're right. It sucks.
Yeah. Bits to make punches, and you're talking about like two quality runners in Twisted and Doc. So
Sure. So do we put both of them over like a Rage, who's been a consistently good runner in
I
multiple games, or Silva, who can do it in multiple games, or
I mean,
Aggressor?
I will
multiple
not
games?
say that I had my reach running was better than Larry's Halo 5 running.
No, and I don't think anybody's was. But like you said, Halo 3 is a much tougher game to master
as a runner, because it's
as a runner.
I
sure.
still don't like running
Tank-
in Halo 3.
Tanking wise, I think it's slow as shit. And if you just be patient, you can be good.
Your mistakes are punished a lot more in 3
As
than
a
5.
runner.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
I think So that's my
Well, that's
that's one
throwing.
issue putting Doc and Twist, and
Yeah.
even Silva slightly above the rest.
See, I'm
Because-
almost out of this conversation because I don't remember their peak days, which is why I could
Yeah,
be biased.
this is why this
Oh,
is
But
kind
I
of
also-
rough.
like, I don't know.
I
about,
also
like,
recognize that being great at Halo 3 running would definitely be harder than I'd say any other game, probably, except maybe Reach. But that's because you're limited to how many punches you can get, and it's so tank reliant.
Yeah, let's give the Halo 3 kids their
I
Messiah.
mean, just put them whatever. It doesn't really matter. They're basically 4A, 4B.
yeah.
Twiz and Lair.
Twist, Doc, probably.
Doc. I don't remember Doc playing.
I mean, runners are tough anyways. Like, all of this was hurt by longevity, or doing it only in 1 or 2 games, or 1 game. Like, seriously, every other runner from now on was only really a pure runner in 1 game. And even Major Silva, who's probably 9, wasn't a runner in more than 1 game. I think Major Silva's 9.
It's fine with me.
Was it,
Well,
He was good at running multiple games,
Yeah,
but like,
But is he better? Is that like
he's
regressor? It would be regressor
great
be
at
better than
3.
Silva?
Regressor was a good runner in 4. Regressor didn't play 5, did he? I don't remember him
I don't
playing
think so.
5. But he was a good runner
He's
in,
a
and
really good runner in reach, and he's a good runner.
Good
He's
runner
better
in
than
3.
tanking in 3. Yeah.
I think that's 3 games to 1.
You want to give him
Where's
Silva ran in
consistent
5,
longevity.
Yeah,
Silva ran 3 right now.
but then if I'm thinking like the way we ranked Crusader through Tonga, I gave it to Easy over Tonga because Easy could also tank on defense, didn't go
And
negative.
Yeah, and
And
Silva,
Silva does that.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with Regressor.
9, and then Silva 8.
Oh God, do we place Priest over that though? Dude, this
How
is
about-
tough.
It's a
Yeah,
lot of
okay.
it's a lot of
about
waiting
Larry-
on
Larry,
Halo.
Larry is next, and
6.
then followed by
Yeah.
Rage. Larry is next, then followed by Rage. Let's just get that, the easy.
Yeah.
Do we have any complaints about that?
No, because I proved I was a
How
damn
about
good
you move
runner in
moves at a
reach,
10?
and
Yeah.
Move
most
an
of the
honorable mention.
plays I would pull off in Halo 4 and 5 were with the ball. I was more impactful with the ball than I was tanking.
Yeah, you went negative a lot tanking,
I
except for your
went
first
mass
second
negative, especially in like playoffs.
Is that 3 stack like that good, or do you want Priest lower than Regressor?
I want to put Regressor higher because he did in more
Okay,
games.
so Silva,
I think
Godless,
Priest.
Because I mean,
I
again,
think,
Priest did
I think
not.
Priest had the highest of high in reach out of these 3.
but you also had the God tier tanks.
He did.
You're right.
He had a lot to work with, and I
It
feel
weighed-
like
it weighed
Regressor
fair.
was able to adapt to passing a lot better than Priest did.
All right,
Priest did
but
not
about
have a
move
great
Moose
time
to
in
Regressor
4 and 5.
Regressor
and
and
then
Reach also had
Three.
Wait,
Regressor and Reach also had Galvin.
Wait, Moose's honorable
Sorry.
mention. How did this happen?
Oh yeah. Get
Nah,
out of here,
just
Moose.
put that
We
Hey,
suck.
look.
We suck at counting.
Yeah, it's math is hard. I think Regressor had just as good as teammates though, right? Because Regressor had
Yeah.
Galvin, Star, Demon, and even back in the day, he had Winter Moose, he had Glockshine.
And in 4, he did have that season. We had
He had
2
me for
top
one
10
season.
hybrids in Nets and
Shadow.
Yeah.
And
He
then,
also
in,
played-
and then in,
he
and then
also-
in Reach,
he
he had
also-
Silva and Live.
He also played a Halo 4 season with me, AJ, and Taylor Can, and we were 9-0, and then he quit.
I remember that.
That was fucked. We were probably winning a ship. We were kicking everyone's ass.
I'm also not going to say that he got carried by the tank line. He made his contributions very clear.
No,
Yep.
I mean,
If he was a good runner.
I'm fine with that 3 stack right there. That's perfectly okay with me.
Yeah, that's fine with me too, honestly. Like Priest, when you think of runners, you think Priest before the other two there, except for Regressor maybe. But you
I think
definitely
you
think of both of them before Silva. But
I think you have to add one more to honorable mention. You have to put like Dragon and probably BCK.
Dan, BCK, Killers was a runner a lot, but was he ever?
The top elite runner.
Yeah.
BCK more because what he could have been.
It's not real mention. Who gives a shit?
Damn.
Who else?
gives a shit? Sorry, AJ. I know you
No.
do.
You know what? Fuck you guys.
Dude, yeah, TSC. I get TSC.
That's fair. Dude was smart.
And he did it in Reach and Halo 4.
While
Cal
going like
Bulgarian.
negative 1,000.
Cow.
True good.
Taco Pizza Hunter.
Oh, let's give some love to the Dash Runners. Let's go.
Fuck.
Can we fill out some more of these honorable mentions before we finish up?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just throw some names out.
Hybrid wise?
Yeah, just throw
Fuck.
some names.
I'm trying to think real quick.
Kemp. Can thrust.
What's Camp good in Reach?
He was better
Yeah,
in
he
Reach
was
than he
alright.
was at 4.
Then yeah, put him in
All
my
right.
bucket.
Okay, now we're okay. I kind of regret this decision.
Kid
That's
Quantum.
fucked up. Yo, Kid Quantum.
Oh wait, I got the last. I got the last one for runner.
Routine motherfucking ritual. Joe Pro.
Kyle
Kyle
in
in
space.
I was gonna say Joe Pro. You fucked up. Or Joe Pro's dad.
There you
Ice
go.
cards. He's not a tank. Stop it.
Is a hybrid.
Hybrid. That's cards 1 and 2. Oh, I guess for hybrid, you can put Solace up there.
Yeah, solid.
Oh,
solid.
that's a great one. Forgot
Like,
my boy
actually,
Solace.
He was legitimately like an elite tier hybrid in 4.
Oh god.
Oh God,
Yeah,
what?
sure.
Halo 5. What was his name? Inhaling to exhale, maybe? Oh, stop killing
He
me.
was. Oh, we're gonna give Stop up there off of late.
Stop's a good hybrid.
Dude, his.
Stop.
I mean, it'd be the same thing with Solace, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It
It's
really
one
would be.
game.
I would love to see Stop play more games.
So would
So
I,
would I.
'cause he's really good.
Okay.
Honestly, you gotta think he'd be fine. It's easier going backwards than it is forwards.
I would like to take away Kyle in Space and Joe Pro though.
His mechanics.
Please take away Kyle and Space and Joe Pro. That's a fucking
Stop,
joke.
Stop's
I'll
mechanics
allow-
were something
I'll
insane.
allow TFC because he was on some good teams, but
I was very
shit.
comfortable with Cal running.
I'm trying to think of there's a hybrid I know I'm not thinking I played against a lot that I'm
Man, cannon.
Come on,
Cannon's
Canon.
Cannon was a good reach tag, honestly.
Cannon's been great. Has been a good player across all the games. So, well,
Good at Halo 4 too, yeah.
Yeah.
Halo 5, did he play? Yeah, he did. No, he did. He was on my...
Fuck.
he was just super quiet and didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot.
We can fill out one more runner. Come on, boys.
I'm thinking.
Saying killers. That's all I got. Who?
USA Perfection.
No, you can't do
Fucking
it.
Bosco the Bear, baby.
No.
Not Bosco either. Fuck.
John Moe.
Give
Oh,
me one
I got it.
second.
I got it.
I'm just gonna look at former ship winners.
I got it.
Uglov.
Uglov.
Yeah, I like that. He was
Ugh.
good.
Oogie exposed the Halo 5 punching thing.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking of when I said that shit was too easy.
He was the TFC of Halo 5 because his ball possession was something stupid.
Yep.
Credit where
Yeah,
credit
because
is
you
due.
can punch everything because it's a
Yeah.
weird connection. Just
Yeah.
let it happen.
Yeah, don't take the rest of this seriously, dudes. Just
There are some seriousness in here, like top 2 out of every list, and the tanks are all good honorable mentions. Honestly, like those are all good tanks. But the rest of it is
I think
fucking
you can
whack.
take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like this is just three
Oh,
people's
I will say
semi choices.
the top five,
this is our
the top 5 tanks, the top 3 runners, and I'm gonna go ahead and say all the hybrids. It's gonna take some hard convincing for me to replace anyone else to put in these spots.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm okay with the order shifting a little bit here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like we're basically just acknowledging
There's
like
plenty
great
of bias
players
here.
throughout the years. Yeah, you can put
There's
them however you want. There's still
plenty
there
of
would
bias.
still be technically like whatever you want to call them, Hall of Famers or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It's like your choice. What's your poison? Like, do you like passive tanks? Do you like more aggressive runners? Do you like more passive runners?
Well, and egos and
Yeah,
everything else always
Who you
plays a
played
thing in the
with,
Grifball. Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. It's just
Like I will, and I get it with Star. Like I will always love Ace because I
played with them.
played with him. I know him. I like the guy. You know, so it's gonna be one of the things where I favor him, Sab, Easy. Like, does Easy probably deserve to be in the hybrids and ranked 8th of all time? That's questionable.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if we wanted to, I can understand players wanting to say you can't be on both.
Oh yeah,
It would make make a lot more sense, but then we're kind of running short on
I also
players.
think we're running short on players. That we're gonna have people like me somewhere in the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
because DCleak
just haven't-
sucks.
rude. God damn. That just
You haven't
like, hit my
dominated
fucking
enough.
throat, dude. But seriously, like if other people like Silva's, AJ's, people who played in Halo 3, digital, half breeds, if you guys have like opinions, you know, it'd be nice and courteous to write that shit down and don't be fucking mean.
Yeah, this can be
Jesus
an adjusting thing because, like, I mean,
Yeah, because it's
like-
we just want to like add people, like we want to acknowledge the greats.
And if you got good arguments to counter this shit, post it. We'll read it. And I mean, if it's right, we'll change
We
it.
will
and-
apologize.
Yeah.
I will not apologize.
This
I
is just
would just-
opinions. Like,
Yeah,
let's be real. All top 10 tanks are great. All top 10 hybrids are great. Like, this
Yeah.
is
put me
Best-
above not Boss Tycoon.
if we but like especially tanks, if we split this up like game from game, it would be a totally different thing because then I'm like looking at Halo
Yeah.
4 and I'm throwing in like some Nanadel level players. So if I'm going to reach,
yeah,
I'll
if-
bring
if
up
we're
Rotten
talking, like,
Ambitions or something.
I'm
individual
probably not
games.
even I'm probably not even a top 10 tank of all time in or 3. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
who
No,
fucking
I
knows?
No,
If- no, we're
the
talking
Halo 3
games,
kids
and
will
I'm
never
not
let this
in
go. Like,
At
but
least
yeah,
honorable mention hybrid for both or runner in 4 and 5, then you have issues.
yeah, and like that's
Yeah.
why digital lands at number 1 because if we did top 10 tanks for every single game, Digi's on every single one of them. He'd probably be top
And-
5 on most of them.
And yeah, you're right. Dig is never number 1 for any of those, like we said, but he's gonna be 2 for this game, 3 for this game, 3 for this game, and everybody else is gonna be 1 here, 6 here, 4 here. Like it's just he's gonna have a better average.
No, but
So
seriously, put me above not that Boss Tycoon.
yeah, DCleak deserves that. Don't do him like that.
No,
You put
no.
fucking Man Cannon up there. DCleak deserves to be up there.
Okay.
Solace. Like, come on.
That's fair enough. No, you don't have to honorable mention me. I just want to be above Boss Tycoon.
Dishonorable mention.
Yes.
Let's go.
Dishonor. Dishonor to you. Dishonor to your family. But anyways, this is our list. You know. Feel free to
Should we-
talk about anything that we mentioned during the
Or
podcast.
if
Bring
we
up some
also
lists.
missed people. Yeah. 'cause,
Yeah.
like,
We're
I didn't
sorry.
play in Reach. I didn't play in 3.
I'm not sorry.
So I
Yeah,
didn't
that's-
know other players telling me how good people are. We also forgot like Pi and shit. But like I don't know how good he was.
Yeah.
Everyone's told me he's
Yeah.
amazing.
They
but,
they say that, but then he plays Halo 3, underwhelming,
Right.
and he played Halo 4 and underwhelming. so-
Right. It's just like Silva and Shadow and them all saying that these are the best players ever, and then Doomy shows up in Halo 4 and gets Rick rolled,
Yeah.
and it's bad. You know, it's just like, ooh, do you stand by that? Because no. But
But yeah, I
you know,
mean, I'm not sorry if it was worth remembering, we would have put you here. But sorry,
Damn.
not sorry.
Yeah. You're welcome if we did mention you.
Yeah. Again though,
Shout outs to
send
new
more
kids like
lists.
Star. Send what?
Send us lists because send us what you think is different.
Don't you fucking DM
Yeah.
me. Don't even
And
think about
don't
it.
DM DCleak
Stop.
stuff. And if you guys actually want to be on the podcast, message me or Gingy.
Yeah, send us topics to talk about, like shit you want to hear about. If you want to hear, would you rather have this player, and why? Or would you rather team with this person or this person and why? Specific shit. Like we will talk about anything. We don't care about feelings. We're not gonna sugarcoat it to make everybody happy. We're just gonna speak the truth and how we feel about shit. So
Tell me why I should go third round. You can insult me. It's okay. Just do it quickly
I
before we
counter
draft.
that argument. Rage should
did
be
you
second.
go? Did you go third round? You didn't go third round. You went second.
I'm a man can dream.
That's what I said.
If you fucking go third, I want to go fourth.
There's no way I go third. I mean, look at this.
No,
Settle
there's
down.
zero chance. The pool's not big enough.
Settle
Even if we had everybody
I
who
was
Silva messaged come back, you're still going second.
I do
round.
like my team
Well,
though.
I mean, duh. Did we not just see this? Bitches.
Yeah, obviously.
Fuck you guys.
So go back to the draft one more time.
What do you got?
What was your team, DCleak?
Sad, myself, Ace Bench, Conrad,
Hey, that's a
Dragon Knight,
pretty,
Silva.
Who would you
pretty
pick?
solid squad.
Who would you pick to win? Of these teams.
Ooh, it's blurry right now for me.
Same.
Blurry.
It's got Beam or
It's-
Zeg have a really hard.
It's
because-
very blurry. I
Give it a
think,
second.
yeah, I think Beam, because even if Beam is holding you back, you have no plex to put in.
I
Right,
think it's relatively
goes.
competitive, but I think the fact that like Digital, Rage, and J-Bar, and let's say Beam can't run, or whoever can't run, you can bring in Encot or Noplex to take the ball, and let Digital.
I think Ace is.
Digital.
Oof. I think me. Ooh, I don't know. I think
I don't-
me,
I don't
Men's,
think there's a bad
and-
team.
I think me, Men's, and Star compete for last place. Or nope, actually throw Alpha in there too.
No, I think
Honestly,
I think top two players, like, not, or maybe three, like, everyone's equal at three. Like, the first round pick, the second round pick, and the captain, it's relatively equal, except for Beam and that. But you replace Beam with J-Bar, and it makes it equal.
right?
So I think
See,
it's
like,
relatively competitive. It's just who's
I'd-
4 steps up to be the guy.
Yeah, I hate the fact that I was drafted by the only runner, except for maybe Silva.
So he may
Sucks
not
to
run.
suck, bitch.
Exactly.
He shouldn't run. I think he's more impactful as a tank. But again, we already
And
went
I
over
think
that.
as a captain, you should be a tank. I don't think any runner should be a captain.
Nah, I disagree. If you're Nihilus, like if you are a for sure could get first pick runner like
Oh,
Nihilus
Sure, okay, that's different.
or
That-
doer
yeah,
or doer, I'm
fair enough.
I'm entering this draft and I'm taking whatever tank I like the best. And then like you see here second round, you don't have to take Rage. You could get Digital and Demon.
Yeah,
like
you could let me drop to the third round.
I'm fucking loving it. Like
No, that's fair.
that would be the 5-head move of the century, the 2000.
No, that's
IQ play.
fair. I'm just thinking of more like
Yeah.
just the situation. Like, as a good runner, I would not like to be a captain. Like, once you
Right.
start going, I'd rather have all my.
Well, especially in a league where you're going to be picking in the middle. Like if it was
Yeah.
Regressor and he was picking, well, for one, we have more top heavy captains than we've ever had. So like in Reach, Regressor was always the best captain. And the next closest person was like Man Cannon or Jaga. So it was a jump where those guys are third or fourth tanks and Regressor's one of the better runners.
So he can gamble on a 2-2 tanks or 2-3s.
Yeah, so his first player can be, a good tank / hybrid, and then his second and third players can be
The
just
best tanks
decent.
available, yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna be fine because their other third and fourth players on the team are gonna be Man Cannon and Jaga. So you just have to kind of match that talent. But yeah, that's the end of this podcast. Who knows when we do a next one? probably going to be based off of the actual draft, or when you guys get more ideas for us to talk about. So
I think we can squeeze one more in before the draft.
yeah, if we get good topics, I'm down.
Let's do it.
I mean, or if we come up with better topics, we'll throw our heads together and think. DCleak, I know Rage and I would love to do this again, and it's really up to you.
I wouldn't. I thought he sucked.
This is fun. I think our personalities also differ enough that it's not like we're not all agreeing with each other.
Yep.
So it works out.
Opinionated people are good. So, all
Even
right, that's gonna end this. It's gonna end this Gingy is Trash podcast.
Facts. We're going to have to come up with a name for it. I don't think the
listening,
Gingy is
watching.
Trash
We
podcast
could use.
is the way to go.
I used to use All Things Grifball.
Okay, fuck it. Go
Would
for it.
What?
Fuck it. Go for it. Yeah, All Things Grifball. We're back.
All Things Grifball. It's just
We did it.
makes sense, but like it's also gay, So whatever.
Something wrong with that. It's current
thank you
year.
for listening. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
If you have anything you want us to talk about or anything like that, let us know. If you want to be anonymous, hit us up in the DMs.
Yeah, just tell us
DM
not to
me,
mention your
I won't
name.
pay attention. Yeah, let us know
Yeah.
that.
Because if you message me and give me a question, I'm calling you out and being like, hey, this question came from this person, or just leave an A at the end of your message, like spacebar or return, and put A for anonymous. Then I will leave your name out of it. Just ask the question to the group.
We should probably put a Google sheet thing.
Wow, we dragged this on really
2 hours,
fucking
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's a long one for the first one, so.
Let us know about the length too. Tell us when you got sick of listening to us.
They already quit.
It's gonna be
I'm
30
sure.
minutes
If
in.
if anyone's still listening,
Let us know.
Ace, love you, my boy. I'll miss you.
send me a
Silent,
message
please
that
sign up.
says
I made it.
What was the name of your red panda again?
I wasted my Fury.
Yeah, Fury is number 1.
Send me a message that says Fury is number 1. I'll give you I don't know, 5,000 growth points to the first person. Fuck it. I'm just curious if anyone's actually gonna go this far.
Oh god.
That's only valid for 1 week.
I got griff points for days. We could
Oh,
give out random words.
Here's a timeline shout out. I'm gonna go into the Discord right now and see what the leaderboard. Fuck. I put leaderboard. I spelled board wrong. I just put lead board.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, that won't knock me out of my 6 spot anyway. We're good.
I don't give a fuck about these points.
Yeah, Fury number 1.
Yo, I will straight up and down, like every podcast we do, be like near the end, and hey, if you made it this far, DM me code word blank for 10,000 griff points or 5,000 or whatever. Actually, find out if fucking people are listening, or if people are just clicking through for fucking reward points after
This might be a one-time thing, or like an hour and 40 minutes into the 3-hour-long podcast.
Right.
All right, we're gonna cut this off. This is getting ridiculous. Bye.
Later.